are watching us live, we're sending you the New Year greetings on behalf of management and staff of Max TV and of course Max FM. We are so delighted that the good Lord has brought us all the way into 2026, and we assure you that we are giving you nothing but the best when it comes to sports, entertainment, and more. My name is Princeton, and thank you very much once again for joining us. And we're also glad to have you at the other end, watching us live and, of course, paying close attention to what we put on our screens. It is all for your viewing pleasure. This afternoon, we're concentrating on the Ghana Premier League. And there's a battle that a lot of people may not have thought about. But here is an opportunity where the two teams from the Volta region have an opportunity to show us what they've got. The first round has been a topsy-turvy. It's been full of turmoil for most of the teams, depending on your position. But today, Heart of Lions and their opponents, Hohoe United, are getting us ready to witness one of the best classic games when it comes to the Ghana Premier League. We're hoping that we can sell out a much anticipated and well-crafted game for you. The coaches have spoken ahead of the game. The players say they are in high spirits for this game, and there's a lot of concentration in the Volta region this day, which is today. And so sit back and relax and join us as we take you through the build-up to that big game, the Battle of the Voltarians, as I would want to call it. Today, this battle will be witnessed by two gentlemen who have been partners of our build-up when we're bringing you the Ghana Premier League. And so Coach Abiu joins us together with NY Nanayao Tichi Anderson. And gentlemen, before I even start pushing the questions to you, on my own behalf, I wish us all a happy New Year, happy 2026, a year that we can fulfill our obligations and also let the viewers out there know that we have them at heart. And so, Coach, have you covered here? Coach, you told me your Ewe name, but you are speaking tree like you are a tree.
I'm 100% away.
You are 100% away.
Yeah,
but your tree is elusive.
I learned it. It's been years.
Okay.
It started horribly at GBC. It was always English, and I think the late Kofi Sakwa was very encouraging me that the listeners wanted to listen to me in Chi.
Exactly.
And I couldn't speak it, so I started, and it's been years of it.
But you've done well.
Yeah.
You've done well. You've crossed the Rubicon. So,
so I come from the Volta region, 100%.
Exactly.
And I attended Morley School.
Okay. So how do I say Happy New Year or Afishapa?
In ever.
In ever.
I want to say like Happy New Year.
Yes.
Efenawe.
Okay. Efenawe. Charlie, we'll be doing a lot of learning on this show, I tell you. Okay, so that's it. But we've got a lot of interesting things to talk about, especially today when the two Voltarians are battling it out for 90 minutes. Let's take a look at the fixtures that we have coming up, and then it puts you into a certain perspective. So on Friday, which is today, Heart of Lions are traveling away. It's a very short journey to Hohoe, take on Hohoe United. We are back in the studios on Sunday to walk you through the remainder of the fixtures. It will start first at the Takwa Naboso Stadium, the TNA Stadium, where Mediama Sporting Club will take on Accra Hearts of Oak. That's a cracker, if you ask me. Sweat All Blacks will stay at home and welcome Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That's another game that will be worth following. Karela United will travel to Nations at Abrankasi. Dreams FC stay at home. Basake Holy Stars will come visiting. Gold Stars Sporting Club will take on 11 Wonders. Bechem United will stay at home, and the shortest possible journey will be from Brekum Chelsea as they are traveling from Brekum. Iduana FC and Vision FC have a date at the Nana Ajiman Bedu, the first park in Doma. And then Young Apostles and Samatex 1996 also have a date pending. And so these are the fixtures that will be coming your way this weekend. But our concentration will be at the Hohoe Stadium, where Hohoe United take on Heart of Lions today. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be crossing over. But on Sunday, do join us. Mediama Sporting Club will welcome Accra Hearts of Oak to the TNA Stadium in Takwa. And when these two sides meet, we obviously know that there's a lot involved in it. We will find some time as we go through to take a look at especially Sunday's game coming up. But for now, we'll concentrate on our trip to Hohoe, where Hohoe United have a big game coming up against Heart of Lions. Now, Heart of Lions occupy the 8th position on the league log, but Hohoe United surprisingly have trickled down the league log, and they occupy the 16th position, just 2 positions shy of the bottom side. And so for Hohoe United, relegation blues have started threatening. This is just the first match of 2026. So we're going to be taking a look at how these two sides, indeed how all the sides can build up the momentum as we get into the game. And so we'll be taking a look at that. And of course, we also have to look at take a look at the review of some of the matches played earlier on match day 16, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So again, we'll take a look at how Hearts of Oak and Samatex sort things out. Heart of Lions and Mediama Sporting Club, as well as Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Bechin United. Once again, I introduce my guest NY sitting on the far end, and Coach Abiu sitting close to me. Gentlemen, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're hoping that 2026 will be smooth sailing, exactly, as we've had the better part of 2025. And of course, we will be opening up our doors to a lot more content when it comes to sports right here on this platform. So let me start with you, NY, and we are keenly looking at a highly competitive game, like I said earlier on. But of course, can we do a few reviews of some of the matches just gone by, especially, like I said, Heart of Oak, Samatex, Heart of Lions, Mediama, and of course, we also had Asante Kotoko taking on Bechin United.
Yes, first of all, let me say a happy new year to our cherished viewers.
Many happy returns.
Talking about match day 16 and the Ghana Premier League, exciting results from different angles. If I should start, I can start with the Accra Heart of Oak and Samatex.
Yep.
Accra Heart of Oak, for some time now, they were finding it difficult to turn out their results and get good results. But they took their home grounds to the University of Ghana Stadium, and it's believed that now they can get their results back. You look at their form-wise, it's been very good. Their game against Samatex 1996, Accra Heart of Oak managed to put one goal past Samatex, and there was one man that stood out. Yeah. I'm talking about the Accra Heart of Oak goalkeeper, which is Solomon Agbesi. Agbesi, yes. Yeah, he has been very, very good for Accra Heart of Oak, making sure to keep clean sheet for Accra Heart of Oak. You know, some of the supporters will say they still need a lot of goals, but you ask yourself that at the end of it, is it the goals or the point is what is needed? And the point is what Accra Heart of Oak need most. Looking at the coach, Masoud Didi Dramani, every time he's looking at how the boys will put up a good performance to get the 3 points. And they did that against Samatex 1996. And that is building up the momentum for keeping them in the title race, which is Accra Heart of Oak. And they did that marvelous job over Samatex in the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. When you talk about another match where people were looking at how Mediama will be traveling to Heart of Lions home to see how they are also going to get that point.
Exactly.
Especially when Mediama played with Baseke Holy Stars at the TNA Stadium. That result was not the one that you look at their coach, that is Ibrahim Tanko, and the guys too were looking at how they couldn't turn out things well. That was a disappointing result for Mediama Sporting Club. But you see that in terms of their form wise, when they played at Baseke Holy Stars, a lot of people were thinking that Holy Stars were a team that Mediama could just write them off. But they showed they are great. And they show that they can do it, even though they are going away from home to play with Mediama Sporting Club, which is Baseke Holy Stars. So they played with Mediama 1-1, and it was a tough situation for Mediama. They left it late before they could even equalize. That one goal that Baseke Holy Stars played with them. And we could say that, yes, it was a doubting result for Mediama Sporting Club, but they were able to get 1 point from that. Now you turn your attention to Asante Kotoko. And you look at what Asante Kotoko did when they played with Bechem United. They put 6 goals past them. And through this,
I think that was more of like a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year kind of message.
you could put it that way, because they meant business.
Yeah, they did. They look purposeful.
I tell you, you look at Bechem United, their away performance is very poor. But for Asante Kotoko to put 6 goals past them without them even replying, none of them, that is a worrying result for Bechem United, if you should ask me. They should be doing their things right, because Asante Kotoko came in and they show that they want to party, they want to leave a mark on Bechem United, and that's first time in history. Asante Kotoko putting 6 goals past Bechem United, and for me, I would say that is a brilliant performance from Asante Kotoko to end the 2025 year. So Morefin Donzo was on the score sheet. He's a player that we've been asking where is he going to get a scoring boot. But he showed that he has the scoring boot there, and other players, Hudejawa and all the other guys, were on the score sheet. So that was a brilliant performance from Asante Kotoko.
Coach, let me take your views quickly, and especially on this game. And I'm sure it came against the run of play. I wasn't expecting, such an avalanche of goals.
Definitely. I think there's even a history between them. If Bechem is not performing and they play Kotoko, that is where they lift up. So going into this game, a lot of people were not expecting this. Because we know once they are not doing well, the way to lift up is always play the games against Kotoko. So I was expecting something close, a draw or a slight 2-1 win for Kotoko. So 6 goals was just, it tells you how disorganized they are as a team. They are as a team.
And they looked hapless.
From match day 1 to this particular match, I think they've never ever since, I know they've never struggled in Ghana Premier League like this before. This season has been, it's just full of struggle. But I think this particular game came at the right time. One, to the end of the first one, it gives you that realization. And it takes party off your mind. You don't want to party, you want to be focused more. So I think this game, they can use this particular game to turn things around for themselves. But the 6 goals was, I can imagine how they were going back. It's always going back becomes a problem. When you guys are sitting in the bus,
nobody's talking.
You see the steps to the bus. It's just 2. But when you lose the game, it's like 10.
I can imagine what Bechem, went through. I mean, even for their fans, I'm sure that there were a lot of invectives that were said. But for me, I also take a look at it this way. If this is what we have done in the first round, then we should expect a lot more in the second round. Because then Bechem would also want to open up, come into the game nicely, and of course surprise Kumasi Asante Kotoko in their own backyard at the Nana Fosu Ball Park. But be that as it may, let's also take a look at what the current standings are. Let's remind ourselves of what the current standings are, and of course the standings will also give us a fair idea of what kind of motivation the teams are going into 2026. We'll do the standings just after this quick break. We'll be right back.
We are changing social if you're dreaming, don't be afraid. In the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me stand. Oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Drinks, a whole new vibe, another quality product from Casa Preco.
Welcome to Max by.
Babe, me sending messages.
Hey Jerry, this your phone. What is this?
Babe, relax. Today is the day I turn water into wine. We're in the promised land. Max Bar is here to save us, okay? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Make sure you don't embarrass me like you did the other time at the chopper.
Message
Welcome to Max by.
You're welcome to Max Buy, Ghana's #1 electronic retail store with brands like Tecno, Itel, Infinix, iPhone, Oraimo, Edifier, and Synix. We have over 40 shops nationwide, a convenient payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery. How may I help you?
You know, my queen deserves the best. Show me your top gadget here.
That was the same thing you said at the shoe shop the other time. I ate Chaliwate. Jerry!
Madam, don't worry. At Max Buy, we have everything for everyone and every budget.
Babe, imagine our anniversary selfies with this Tecno Camon 30S. Everybody would think that we are Ghana's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Welcome to Max by.
Power couple, papa.
Power couple, our phone into me power.
Max Buy has flexible payment plans for us.
Oh yes, you can pay in installments.
Hey, Yakuya, and who said this is your?
At Max Buy, we've got it all. Mobile phones, smart TVs, air conditioners, kettles, microwaves, blenders, and more.
What's your payment plan? When are you going to start chasing me for it?
Relax, Jerry. Max Buy makes it convenient for everybody. You can pay daily, weekly, or monthly. Just focus in making Madam happy. That's all. With over 40 shops nationwide, flexible payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery.
Welcome to Max by. Welcome to Max by.
Looking to maximize your rice production with our high-performance rice mill machines? Shuanggu Machinery is purposely built for Africa to ensure efficiency, durability, and superior rice quality. From paddy cleaning to finished white rice packaging. Trusted in over 27 countries, 10 production lines, and 7 years of hands-on experience in the Ghanaian rice industry, Shuanggu offers more than just machinery. We also provide 24/7 after-sales service and spare parts support. Shuanggu Machinery is built to last, designed to deliver. Call us now on 0506 620 089.
You're probably wondering how a bow got here. Oh, a bow. You see, a bow is not a guy. He's got plans. Big plans. But there's just one small problem. His wallet didn't get the memo, so he decides to take a shortcut. That was a bad idea. And that's how he found himself sitting across area champion, the great Abu Kayoyo. Let's just say, not every quick fix fixes everything. But with a Stanbic loan, he gets the upgrade he needs and the freedom to actually breathe. With a Stanbic loan, the only thing chasing you are your dreams.
Yeah.
Guess which cola?
Bigo Cola, of course.
Everybody take a sip, make you feel the variety. Bigo, refreshing and exciting, yeah, we love it. For the party, Agbonaya, Bigo Naya Pe, Bochie Mo Banuaya, Bigo Nami Fili, Cola Nana cocktail, Apunana coconut, lemon lime strawberry, tamarind grape orange, yeah, Bigo. Take a sip and feel the vibes, yo, yeah, Bigo. know, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
What do you know? Obefa so akro timi na mamu aye hwama bibia BO16 hair mist bedu akagina mu waye BO16 hair mist kwaison koso se emmo wo ba fi mwa emma utrase kekao na emma utrase yehye minna eyinti emma utrase dwo na emma enkapapa bigina utrase hair mist wonwa so yiye ma braids locks and a natural hair nema wo de wo ho BO16 hair mist fufuro yi ye wo mu pack size mienu 40 ml a obetimi de akọ baabia and 125 ml BO16 hair mist gumu ahodo mensa BO16 express yourself and kratwe FDA ajatu.
Alrighty, welcome back from the break. Many thanks for sticking and staying with us, and we are gradually warming up into our featured match for today. Is Hohoe United taking on Heart of Lions, the battle of the Volters or the Voltarians, if you want to call it that. Let's continue with our chat in the studio, and let's pay particular attention over the next couple of minutes to the league table and the positions of the teams, as it were, prior to the end of last season or last year, as it were. And for Mediama Sporting Club, leading on 31 points. And I was taking a look at some of the key points. I'm sure Coach would also touch on that. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have on the second position on 30 points, but they have scored 23 times and have only conceded 9. And so we'll take a look at those statistics as well. Bibiani Gold Stars also coming there together with the Adriana Stars on 29 points apiece. Heart of Oak, I beg your pardon, in 5th place on 28 points. Karela and Samatex are battling for the 6th and 7th position, all on 24 points. Heart of Lions follow on 23. And then Young Apostles, out of nowhere and out of nothing, they are 9th on the table with 21 points. These are the first 9 clubs, and look at the differentials in terms of the points. We will be talking about that a lot more. Basake Holy Stars have 20 points. Swedru All Blacks, Nations FC have 19 points apiece. Vision and Brekum Chelsea also have 18 points. Dreams FC Hohoe United have 17 points, and this is where it gets a lot more precarious. Bechem United have 16 points. They're on the 17th position. 11 Wonders, they're still pulling the strings as they come through. They still haven't hit double figures in terms of the points build-up. Coach, looking at this league table and the permutations thereof, 1 point difference, 2 points difference, 3 points difference, is this what we envisaged?
Yeah, I think from last season's performance, that is exactly what
the trend is following.
That's the trend is following.
Okay.
This one, if you check between 1st and 5th, it's only 3 points.
It's only 3 points.
3 points. We have 31 and has
Bibiama 31, Kotoko 30, Bibiani Gold Stars 29, Adriana 29, Hearts of Oak 28.
Yeah, so we check it to the 28.
Yes.
So use the 28 to check.
Yeah.
There's point difference. So
that's a point difference.
So it's just 3 points.
Yes.
Between the league leader and the fifth.
The fifth
on the
place
team.
cup. Yeah.
So once you drop a point, the 5th team can move to the top. If all the 4 teams on top drop, it means the 5th team can move to the top.
Sure.
When you move to the middle section, it's between the same 3 points.
Yes.
3. Then when we move to the bottom, before the bottom, that one is only 1 point.
1 point difference.
That makes the difference.
Yeah.
So who picks the 3 points will take 2 strides upwards. So I think whatever, there is a motivation as well. The little money that came in, I still call it little because I want more. I wanted to be given more. That's why.
Yeah.
But that money came to make difference in some of the clubs, which is making exactly what we are seeing. Prompt pay, salary payment, and other things. So everybody at least want to win the best way, dressing room, you know, that one comes instantly on your phone.
Exactly.
So that one becomes another motivational factor. So if you look at it, you cannot distinguish who will be winning the league so easily. But it looks like the winner of the league is in the first 5.
You think so?
Yes, it's in the first 5. Any of the first 5 candidates is a potential winner of the league. Then when you come to the bottom of the league, I can say 11 Wonders has been relegated.
It's a sad story.
Yes, let's do the math and they'll be relegated.
It's a sad story for 11.
Right now we have 51 points in the second round.
Yes.
And you can't pick all. Then we divide 51 by 2. Let's say you get 25 point something.
Yeah.
It means you need to pick, if they even pick all the 25 and you add 6, it's still 31. So they'll be relegated.
Yeah, still there.
So the first team to be relegated in the first round, it's
11 Wonders.
Yeah, unless they win all the second round of their matches, which give them 51 points. Or they win.
Difficult.
Yes.
That will be difficult.
Or they win 12 matches in the second round, which is difficult. So I think with the way we see the table, it's exactly how the league will be traveling to get to the end.
All right.
So this year it looks like we are going to get that photo finishing. That photo finishing the league.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's continue as we build up towards the game. We'll be joining the feed shortly, and we'll be telling you how the teams are shaping up in terms of their presence at the venue. But like we said earlier and noted earlier on, the last 5 matches of both sides may not have been the best, especially for Hohoe United. I mean, streak of losses going through, which obviously will not augur and counter well for them going into this game.
Yes, when you look at the two teams, Hohoe United, the home team, and Heart of Lions, you look at the two teams, yes, both have similar form in terms of how they are losing their matches. But when you look at the away side, which is Heart of Lions, that's a team that about 6 matches played, they are yet to win a game in the 6 matches played. And I don't know what is happening in the camp of Heart of Lions, because this is a team that some months ago you see them in the top 5. They were there,
rubbing shoulders with the best.
Yes, they were.
And there you have it on your screen, viewers. Last 5 matches, 4 losses.
4 losses
in a
Heart
of Lions,
and that's sickening. Not like you win today, the next day you lose, but this is 4 in a row.
Yeah,
that is sickening, if I should put it that way. And I don't know how, Coach Bashir Hayford, I don't know what is happening, because he kept saying that he does not know what is happening to the boys. They do everything right when they are practicing, in their training, but when they get on the field,
2 back-to-back losses at home.
It becomes a different thing, and that's very bad.
Mediama and against Adriana.
Yes.
Back-to-back losses at home.
Back-to-back losses at home. You lost to Nations. You lose to Indiana at home.
Yeah.
You went to Samatex. Then Mediama came to beat you at home.
Yeah.
That is very bad for Heart of Lions. It's very bad. I don't know where they are going to get that inspiration for today's game. But when you look at the home side, which is Hohoe, their form is just similar to Heart of Lions. And interestingly, today is going to be the Volta Derby. You look at the last 5 fixtures of Hohoe United. They played with Bechin. They traveled to Bechin. They won that one, which is very good. They played with Asante Kotoko. They won at home. Very good.
Impressive result.
Yeah. But you look at, from that, they traveled to Brekum Chelsea. They lost. They came to beat them. Then they traveled to Baseke Holy Stars. They lost. So you see that it's like a trend. They have also lost 3 in a row. And you look and you ask yourself that, what is Coach Tijani going to do for Hohoe United to be able to beat Heart of Lions? Obviously, they are going to just ride on their weakness. When you look at Heart of Lions, things are not really going on well for them. They look disorganized. But that is where Hohoe United is going to play on their weakness, because they are playing home.
Yes.
And they know that 12 men will be behind them.
Most definitely.
So they'll be looking at how they'll be exploiting the weakness and the Heart of Lions setup. But how are they going to do that? They just need to be focused in the game. Because they are fan of conceding. That is Hohoe United. They are fan of conceding. And when you look at the Heart of Lions setup, they have attackers that can shoot from all cylinders.
I see. Let me take a quick word from a coach regarding the statistics that we've seen. And my question would be, so based on the statistics that we've seen, how do you reorganize yourself to go into a game, a must-win game?
I think in the first place, you need to accept the fact that that game has passed and we've not won.
It's gone.
It's a new game, and it's a new derby. And this is the first time it's happening. So if you can put all records as and chase a new record,
okay,
that makes the difference. Then I think with Heart of Lions, they have a slight advantage going to Hohoe. They beat Hohoe in the FA Cup.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they beat Hohoe in the FA Cup.
Yes.
So that is an outstanding motivation waiting for them to go into Hohoe. I mean, we want them to beat them in their FA Cup in their own backyard.
We
have lost. They've lost, and we are here today. And you know, it's a match that was arranged between the two chiefs.
Wow.
Okay.
They made the arrangement already. This is the game they want to witness. So the game has gone beyond just the technical teams. It's gone beyond the owners. But now it's not
there's a lot more. Yes, there's a lot more.
The chiefs are involved. The Hohoe chief is involved. The Pandey chief.
But when it happens this way, can we say that the key actors, the players to watch, as it were, will be the standout actors for this game?
It's always important. That is why you need to identify such players and put the responsibilities on their shoulders. There are players who want to be assigned a role, a responsibility, must be told something. Glassing Awako will be one. I'll always remember for that. I think James Akarinko will be one.
He's also been that.
These are players. They want you to hand over responsibility to them. On a big day like this, they want to lead the team, they want to lead the supporters. So I think you must decide that you don't go back trying to sack the players, hurting them with whatever they've done wrong. It's telling them that this is another moment. By 5:30, is in a history book that Hohoe won the first derby, the Volta derby, or Heart of Lions won the first derby.
And that's the major news. So in that case, Safian, and I was just coming to ask about this player, Safian Osman, of what importance is he to this particular game?
I think watching ever since I started watching him, he has that temperament to stand any situation that comes across him. He's somebody, when he's in charge of the game, he knows exactly why he's on the field of play. So with such players, the most important to tell him to go and do what he does best. I think I watch him, all his game I've watched is one player I admire so much.
I see.
Yes, admire him so much. He has that. You know, you want players with a lot of mental strength, and he displays.
Yes, he's got the fortitude.
That mental strength. So such big games need players with that mental strength who want to know that by the end of 90 minutes, I'll give you any outcome you are looking for. So I think he's a player to count on.
I see. So Safian will obviously tell a story.
Definitely, he needs to tell a story.
Can we say the same for Echedogli?
Of course. When you look at Echedogli, the setup in the midfield for Heart of Lions, he's the player who always made them.
I think he's one of the few players who's also had a very bright season so far. Yes.
So you see, it's going to be a midfield battle between Echedogli and Safian in the heart of midfield for both teams, and that is why he's the player to watch on the Heart of Lions setup. So today, I want to see how these two chaps will also be letting their teams go, because if your rhythm gets broken, that is where you get down.
You get down. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't agree with you more. And on that score, I would also say that it will also be dependent on the mind and the tactic of the coaches as they get into 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Whatever they have planned would have that telling effect of the players we think they should look out for.
Yeah.
So let's go to the teams and find out from the coaches what the mentality is going into this match. We'll listen to the two coaches. We'll come back to the studio and find out whether the thoughts of the coaches would also relay on the players to look out for.
Yeah, many applications.
Now, that's a historic game, the first ever voter derby in the Premier League, and you are playing at home. What sort of atmosphere are you expecting today?
Yeah, well, for us, it's just about the 3 points. That's the most important for us. Although we both have the similar problem, because we both have first lost in our last 3 games, you know. So the encounter is going to be a very difficult one. But I've watched their video and know their weaknesses. That's exactly what we are going to work on that.
And how do you intend, hitting the side that are quite in trouble now? They've lost their last ball on the bounce. What are you looking at doing to attack them?
Yeah, we also lost our last 3 games, you know. So I think the problem is my boys should try as much as possible to be clinical when the opportunities come. That's the only problem, because we are playing very well. We are doing everything. Just when we get to the final third, that's the problem. But I think today we will see different Hohoe United.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
The first ever voter derby in the Premier League.
Yes.
Today.
Well, I am expecting very beautiful game, and then very enjoyable by the people around here, because it's a local derby, voter derby, and so this is the first time they are coming to watch their 2 premier clubs. And so I'm expecting a very good game, so that everybody will enjoy, and then they go continue celebrating their Christmas.
Now, with your form, you've just won 2 points out of a possible 18 in the last 6 games. How are you looking at snapping that today?
Yeah, it is very, very disturbing, you know. And for me, I believe that football, sometimes it happens like that. You can't find the reason, but you'll be trying to conjure some of the reasons maybe these things happen. But once it's football, we will put everything behind. And once it's the new year, we are in 2026. So I think we are going to sell a very good football from the 20th. So people should keep on watching us from 2026, starting from today.
Thank you very much. All the best of luck.
I like the way Coach Bashir Hayford ended his interview. Starting from today, people must watch and watch well. Let's do a very quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first 11. We'll be joining the feed, and we'll bring you the first 45. We'll be back shortly.
We are changing social if you're dreaming, don't stay afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new ride. Make me say, oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Drinks, a whole new vibe, another quality product from Casa Preco.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Dombote? His scrimmage, the stadium. Was it before the general lifting up trophies? Stephen Odo is orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride, and you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Looking to maximize your rice production with our high-performance rice mill machines? Shwangu machinery is purposely built for Africa to ensure efficiency, durability, and superior rice quality. From paddy cleaning to finished white rice packaging, trusted in over 27 countries, 10 production lines, and 7 years of hands-on experience in the Ghanaian rice industry, Shwangu offers more than just machinery. We also provide 24/7 after-sales service and spare parts support. Shwangu machinery is built to last, designed to deliver. Call us now on 0506 620 089.
Welcome.
Alrighty, welcome back from the break. Many thanks for sticking and staying with us. We just have a couple of minutes. We'll be joining the live feed shortly. But before we do that, we want you to sit back, relax, and understand the game. And so we're going to be sharing with you the first 11 of the site so that you know the thoughts of the coaches. At least we've heard them speak ahead of the game. So let's take a look at the first 11 of the two sides. What kind of thoughts are coming into the game, especially from the coaches, the bench, and then the players on the field of play as well. So Safiano Osman maintains his captain's role. Kweku Musa will be in goal with the likes of Daniel Osafo, Al Kasim, Mohamed Haruna, Daniel Osei Senior. They are all starting the game. Solomon Adomako, is good to see him in the first 11. William Udru together with Lawson Bekui. Solomon Adomako, if you remember, has premiership experience with Accra Great Olympics back in the day, and so he would bring in a lot. Kwesi Nketia, Prince Amevo, Michael Yeboah will be starting from the bench. So this is the first 11 for Hohoe United Football Club. We'll take a look at the first 11 of their opponents. And Lawrence Osei maintains his position as the regular goalkeeper and will be captained by Ebenezer Aban, rugged, dogged in defense. Eche Dogli starts the game. Ruben Hennessy, Ishmael Ado, together with Kwadwo Obeng Jr. are all in the first 11. Chauncey Freeman, Michael Efson, Seedorf Asante, and Yao Danso will be starting the game. Coach, I'll take your thoughts first before we join the live feed. What does the first 11 tell us?
So, like both teams are going for the 4-3-3.
Okay.
And the battle will be in the middle. Who wins the middle?
Okay.
So, it's how quick you are going to be in the middle. So, once you see the lineup, we are going to get 3 in the middle. But what it means is, one of them is likely to add up a number to take advantage in the middle. I was expecting maybe Hohoe to tend to orthodox 4-2-2. So, they make sure they take advantage. Because one of the best midfield in this kind of Premier League is the Heart of Lions midfield. So I think it's a similar game we are going to witness, but it's going to depend on the brilliance of the individual player.
Individuals, exactly.
The individual player makes the difference.
Exactly.
How quick you will be, your speed of thought, how you receive the ball, how quick you will be with the ball is going to be very important. And I think I like what they are doing. The warm-up always define the game. The warm-up always define the game. You must look at the temperature and know why you're warming up, which part of the body you need to warm up very well. This game, it's a game within the first 15 minutes, you need to get yourself into the game. At this moment, you must start coming into the game before the game starts.
I see.
So once you don't come into the game, then you're going to be in trouble. So it's a game that will be involved mostly in the middle.
In the middle. And why?
You know, there's a game that has that kind of high intensity because you look at a Volta derby where these two teams, they know what's at stake.
Exactly.
As a coach made mention of two chiefs coming to witness what these two teams will bring on board. So I couldn't agree with Coach Moore in the midfield battle. That is where we're going to see a lot of battle going on. With the defense, I'm looking forward to see how the two teams, their defense will also map up a strategy to keep a clean sheet. You know, I'm sure we're going to watch an interesting game looking at the Volta derby on our hands.
I see. Okay. And obviously these two teams are also coming into the first 45 minutes with pockets of experience. players who have been there and done that before.
Yes.
First 45, coach, what do you envisage?
I think it's a close game. It's a close game, very close game. I don't think anything extraordinary will happen. It's going to tell us what will happen in the second half.
In the second half, rather.
Especially we've not seen both of them played before.
Exactly.
It's very important. And I think the temperature is okay for them. 29 degrees Celsius.
Good for association
football. I think it's good for association football.
And what are your final words? You think one team starts as favorite?
I think it's going to be a careful approach.
Careful approach. Yeah. All right. Okay. So viewers, sit back and relax. We've got a lot of activity going on at the Hohoe Stadium, as you can see on your screen. We will take a break for now. Our set of commentators are ready to run you through the first 45 minutes of the game. We'll join you again at halftime.
This season in the FA Cup, and Hohoe Lions beat Hohoe United at this venue by a long goal to sail through to the round of 32 FA Cup. So for Hohoe, it's not just about redemption to get their season back on track, but they've got scores to settle with Hohoe Lions, who are also seeking to get back to winning ways after 4 consecutive defeats in the Premier League.
Yeah, there's similar stories for both sides. For Hohoe United, they are not entirely safe this season. They are just sitting a little bit above the red zone, and they'll be hoping that they can from the pressure coming. But for Hohoe Lions, they move from title contenders to title pretenders.
Hohoe Lions sporting sea blue jerseys with the home side, Hohoe United, in their traditional home jerseys of red over black shorts and red stockings to match. They've been one of the sides who have kept with a very consistent starting lineup. They hardly alter with their selection, but for injuries and suspensions, you can always predict the lineup of Hohoe Lions, and they paraded similar faces here in Hohoe this afternoon.
Yeah, the coach understands. He believes that consistency is just the key, to getting or achieving their goals, and that's one of the things you'd always credit them with. They are always consistent with the lineup. It's the same back four, it's the same double pivot, it's the same attacking front four, and that's what they've done. Unfortunately, the results are not coming, and they'll be hoping that today, this New Year game would help them turn the corner.
As the last of the first round games, and this opening Friday will set the stage for some more thrilling fixtures to bring an end to the first half of a very competitive and an exciting Ghana Premier League. You can't take anything away from the competitiveness of this season's campaign.
Not at all. You can't take your eye off the screen for a second and you might miss a crucial action. And just like you're saying, Matchday 17 has some good fixtures, but for the teams, it's always about the objective. The main objective is to pick up maximum points, regardless of where you're playing, at home or even away. You just want to pick up points because you are either trying to break away from the relegation zone or even looking at a title.
That's the Hohoe United lineup. Goalkeeper Kweku Musa, the usual suspect in post at right back at Bangura, Dumaku and Paul Kwame in central defense. Mohamed is at left back, Odro, Alosode, Osei and Osapo in a 4-man midfield with Usman and the new striker Lawson Bekui leading the attack. He just joined Hohoe United a few days ago and expected to add some bite to the attacking play of Hohoe United.
Yeah, very, very crucial for them. Crucial to the setup, and that two-top Osman will be that man playing in the hole.
Usman Sofiano, the captain, gets to choose where Hohoe United will be playing from. Referee Mohamed Misbao is the centre man. He's assisted by Paula Timaka and then Joshua Kofi Agbo. This is the lineup of the away side. Lawrence Osei in post, Danswa at right back, Hennessy and Arban in central defense, Enim at left back, Freeman, Dogley, Osei and Obin in a 4-man midfield with Asante and Efson leading the attack for Bashir for guys this afternoon here in Hohoe.
That's a setup without the ball, but with the ball, you could see the, just swarming the area, the defensive area of Hohoe United, and it's more like a 4-2-4 for me, but without the ball they might really have to defend very, very deep. The likes of Obin Jr. and Co would have to track back and help with defensive duties.
There's so much pressure on Tijani Abdurrahim to get this team back on track and back to winning ways. They've been very inconsistent under his watch this season. He's had his issues to deal with the fans, some of whom have called for his dismissal following their poor run of results in the season's Premier League.
It's always mixed reactions. He's giving them some good moments here. That win against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, obviously the biggest win they've had this season. But, you know, some are also keeping their faith in him. They know that he's definitely the man to lead them to where they want to be.
Bashir Eford has also supervised the longest losing streak of Hearts of Lions since 2023. It's not the kind of results you're expecting from an experienced gaffer like Bashir Eford. He knows that at a point they were title contenders, but their slump in form now doesn't seem like they can be up for contention anymore.
You wonder what the conversations, you know, would be about. Is it about the title or trying to finish in a respectable position? And today's game would have really had a huge impact on how they finished the first round.
Ms. Bao is ensuring that everything is right for this game to get started here at the Hohoe. It's the Volta Derby underway at the Hohoe Stadium. It's Hohoe United versus Hearts of Lions on matchday 17 of the Ghana Premier League. Wherever you are, if you just joined us, it's the opening game of 2026 in Ghana's top flight. Here is Enim for Hearts of Lions. His early ball goes straight to the Hohoe United goalkeeper Kweku Musa.
We really want to see how both teams will try to go at each other. You know, definitely we might see some variations in how they've set up 4-2-3-1. You know, by Abdul Tijani Bashiru, the head coach of Hohoe United, and Safiano. I've spoken about him a couple of times. Already on 4 goals this season. They'll be counted on him.
Early cross goes in, but Lawrence Osei makes light work of that cross.
Not a bad cross earlier on. They're just showing promise at least.
Good dummy from the Hearts of Lions. Liberian import Chauncey Freeman. He actually scored the goal when Hearts of Lions beat Hohoe United in the FA Cup at this very venue, Chauncey Freeman. First goal kick.
He'll be busy, very, very busy this afternoon. You talk about Kojo Obin Jr. playing at the right-hand side of attack. Yeah, he would love to switch places sometimes, but you know he'll be coming up most of the time against Bangura. That should be a huge matchup.
Ishmael Ado. Here is Asante. Switches to Obin Jr. Looks for the space to drive Obin Jr. And Musa is up for it.
Yeah, he loves to drift centrally a bit, and you know, not long ago we saw him at the right-hand side of attack. Now he's drifting a bit central. That's how dangerous he can be, a bit versatile.
Here is Lawson Bekwi. Great defensive play from the Lions captain Arban. Lawrence Osei wasting time, nearly played himself into trouble. Good header down by Enim. Chauncey Freeman just giving it away for a throw.
And they need to keep their focus. They just need to keep their focus intact, because the moment you snap, you could be punished. This is a huge game for them, and you know it will be crucial if they concede inside the first 5 minutes here. Coming back from a goal that will be very, very difficult for them. They would really need to keep their concentration levels, you know, very, very high.
Hohoe United have a free kick. Osei recently received a call-up to the Black Galaxies for that international friendly against the Bafana before the start of the AFCON. He's regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the Ghana Premier League over the last 3 seasons, Lawrence Osei. Osafu to take the free kick for Hohoe. He goes low. What seemed to have been rehearsed from the training grounds didn't go well.
Yeah, unfortunately, execution just didn't pan out as planned, but it was smart thinking there, trying to just reverse that ball from where it came from. But unfortunately, it was read timely by the defense of Heart of Lions.
Michael Efson enjoying his time at Heart of Lions after parting ways with former champion Samatex. He's regained his confidence under Bashir Hereford, but it must be said that in the last 6 games, it's been a total no-show from every single player of this setup. Here is Safian Usman, the captain of the side. Odro loses possession. Now Bin Jr. takes over for Heart of Lions. Alosode regains possession and finds Adomakong.
They need to be closing in. It looks like there's so much space between the attack and the midfield of Heart of Lions, and that's why we could see Obin Jr. trying to sprint his way all the way into the half of Hohoe United. They really need to transition the ball quicker, and they need to play their attackers into the game.
Here is Paul Kwame. Osafu goes down from the challenge of Enim. Referee Misbah whistles. There's a free kick to the home side.
Yeah, a bit of a nudge there. Enim just knew that the pace wouldn't help him. You know, coming up against a draw would always be difficult.
Here is Osafu for Hohoe United. Alosode looking for Lawson Bekwi, but Ebenezer Arban steps up, captain leading by example. One of the most consistent centre-backs in the Ghana Premier League in the last 2 seasons. One time gained the call-up to the senior national team, was also part of that team that played against the Bafana, Ebenezer Arban.
He's had lots of experience so far in the last couple of seasons. He's been very consistent as well.
Efson with a delivery, but it goes way up. Chancellor Freeman thought it was a better option, but he decided to go all by himself.
Yeah, I spoke about the space. He had time, he had space. He could have picked up Chancellor Freeman, decided to go all alone, checked onto his left foot. Just look at that. No, but that was good positioning by the defense of Hohoe United, not allowing him to just hit a pass through or anything like that.
It's a Volta derby. Heart of Lions up against Hohoe United at the Hohoe Stadium. A game that has attracted impressive numbers because it's a derby. Hohoe and Kwando are neighbors, just towns apart. Football brings the people together here.
Yeah,
at the stadium. But for the two teams, redemption and revival on their minds. It's not been good for them in the last couple of games.
It's not. That's not. And it's historic as well. It's the first time they actually played, in the top flight. Yeah, the last time they met was in the FA Cup, another competition. But, this time it's all to play for. You look at Hohoe United and how they fared so far. It's been topsy-turvy for them. They've had some good wins here. That win against Kotoko, a draw against Mediama. But then losing to Aegean and then also Gold Stars was just the lowest they could go, and now they are trying to redeem themselves. They are trying to salvage something because that relegation fight is still on. It's just not totally out for them, and that's why they need to pick up maximum points in a crucial game like this.
Enim. Ball came over Sante. Ishmael Ado can't get to Obin Jr. Safian Usman. Al Qasim's delivery brought down. Here is H.A. Dogley. Now Freeman shows desire, tries to pick out seed of Asante, but Musa gets the ball away. No red shirters in him. Take control for Urban.
Yeah, we hardly see the high press from either side. They're trying to be cautious. You can see Hohoe United trying to keep it, with that mid press, not committing too many men forward without the ball. They know that that front four of Heart of Lions can always be dangerous. And for Heart of Lions as well, they've kept it a bit, the tempo a bit low. They are not trying to force anything. But then we've not really seen that double pivot of Ishmael Ado and then also H.A. Dogley yet in the game.
Dogley, Freeman, Efson, Dogley. Good play from Lions, but Asante has handed possession away with a very poor pass. Safiana Usman up against Ishmael Ado. Tries to pick out Losim Bekwe. Safian, Al Qasim, Alosode. Paul Kwame, Adomako,
it's been slow. It's been slow. Just look at that.
It's 10 minutes at the Hohoe Stadium. It's Hohoe United 0, Hearts of Lions 0.
You're not really seeing the pattern of play.
Hennessy surges forward for Hearts of Lions. He wants his men to go forward, but no one is going. He finds Asante. Ado. Obin Jr. Hearts of Lions trying to create spaces and find their way, but Hohoe United defend their lines really well. Here is Osafo. Alosode.
It's been lethargic. It's just short of whatever you expected or anticipated, and you'll be hoping that these fans are itching to get going. They are itching to get at the edges of their seats. It's not really been what you would have wanted, but it's been cautious as well from both coaches. We all know, 3 maximum points is at stake, but for a historic game as this, you'll be hoping that you see some high flying tackles, some very, very explosive plays down the wings, but you're just hoping that a lot would change. Slow tempo, cautious from both teams, but then there's still a lot more to play for.
Hearts of Lions have gone 6 games without a win, 2 draws, 4 defeats, and is the longest winless run in the GPL this season. And December particularly was very difficult for them because they went the entire month of December without winning a single game, enduring 4 defeats in the month of December, and in the process they dropped to the 8th position on 23 points, 17 goals scored and 12 conceded. Not a good story for Bashir Force Chargers, and this is the longest winless run for Hearts of Lions dating back to 2023.
Yeah, you don't win the league with this. These are not the numbers that can convincingly win you the title. Last season they came very close. This season we've seen them a couple of times. They started brightly, went to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, got a draw there, came to Accra Hartlepool, picked up a point. They went some crucial grounds. They managed to get points there, but you just don't know what hit them. You just don't know what happened. They've been consistent with the selections as well, but sometimes it's all about the mentality, and you have 2 title winning players in Obin Jr. and Efson, and that's why they were brought in to help, build and elevate the mentality of this team. I think there's quite some pressure on Bashir Hayford, and this is where he needs to turn things around. It's 2026. Perhaps it's a new year, and the resolution will be that we turn things around and start winning games.
Obin Junior to Aban. Here is Asante. He shoots from the distance, and it goes wide for a goal kick.
Not a bad try over there by Sido Asante. He's been working, he's been connecting the defense as well, or the midfield and the attack. Just look at that from a distance. And you always need to credit the defense of Hohoe United. They've been stationary, they're not moving, and we've hardly seen Heart of Lions have any touches in the box of Hohoe United. They've been kept at bay, but then they are still trying to find ways.
Usman, Alosode, Al Qasim, Osafo heads it down, but Hennessy has moved upfield and he's lost possession now. Hohoe United, miscommunication between those two midfielders, and Obin Jr. will take advantage. Here is Kojo Obin Jr. Good defensive play from Hohoe United. They needed to get it right. The likes of Paul Kwame, Adomako, they had to.
Yeah, they nearly paid the price for losing the ball in a crucial area, but good recovery by the defense of Hohoe United, and could see Obin Jr. storming down the line, just hoping that he would have had a clean touch, but that was good recovery there by Adomako. Just stuck a leg in there, making it difficult for him to control that ball.
Diving header from Adomako. It's a corner for Hearts of Lions. Good decision from the assistant referee.
He had it right, but we know Heart of Lions to be a side that love to exploit the wing areas, the wide areas, but we've not really seen that today. We've seen Obin Jr. drift a bit narrow, a bit more central.
Corner to be taken by Enim. He goes for a short corner. He finds Danso. Here is Enim. Swings the ball in. That was close from Ebenezer Aban, the captain. Nearly the opening goal for Hearts of Lions. So close.
The closest we've seen any of these two sides come to scoring. And just look at that. Men in the box. You could have about 5 Heart of Lions players, but he decides, to just find Aban, who was totally unmarked over there. That's poor marking by the defense. Just look at that. Just had to direct that one with ease. And it was just unfortunate. He just clipped the upright. Should have been the first goal.
Aban denied by the bar. Efson, Asante, Ado. Tries to find Freeman. Ball is cleared by Al Qasim. Here is Odro. He finds Usman. Here is the Hohoe captain. He's inspired them many games this season. They'll be looking forward to his inspiration to bring them back to winning ways this afternoon. Usman, the captain. Alosode is a foul against Heart of Lions.
Good decision. And Usman is at the heart of everything good that happens to Hohoe United this afternoon. He's really working hard in the hole, right behind Bikui. It got so well to hold on, but just look at that trip from Sido Asante. And they are struggling to keep possession now, Hohoe United. They are relying on the fast breaks, which is really helping them. But then they lack numbers up front.
Free kick taken. Good save by Lawrence Osei. Great delivery by Alosode.
It would have been a sumptuous goal if that had gone in. That was a great hit. And an equally good save by Lawrence Osei.
Osafu's corner. Chance for Hohoe United, and Lawrence Osei again pulling off this Great save to deny Hohoe United.
That was a big chance, great chance. A good ball into the box, eludes everyone. A flick at the far post, then Drew manages to get something on it. And side on match.
United with a corner. Corner swung in. McQueen went in and nearly the opening goal. That was some goal line clearance by Enim for Heart of Lions. Still not out of total danger. Here's Paul Kwame, but Essence' foot was way up. Referee whistles. It will be interesting to see what decision it takes. He might just see it as a low one.
Exactly, but that was the ball again, causing commotion in the box. Not totally cleared. Miscommunication there, Lawrence will say. Doesn't tell his defenders he's going for it. No one knows, and he's frustrated. But a return ball again, just look at that.
So seed of Asante and Enim,
just look at that, blocking his path. And it was Asante blocking his path over there. He was furious after clearing that one, but then good ball again, going direct. Another ball into a dangerous area. The header back into the box, and seed of clears again. But look at this. This is a foul.
Difficult call.
Difficult call. Difficult.
Asante. Chance to Freeman on 20 minutes. It's Hohoe United 0, Hearts of Lions 0 in the Bota Derby here at the Hohoe Stadium.
Premium chances, big chances. Not long ago we saw Alban's header and another goal line clearance there, but I think the tempo gradually is rising.
Hohoe United pushing. He bought the foul and he really got it. Hearts of Lions will pay the price for that foul on Odro.
And that was Yautan, so just falling for that bait over there. He shouldn't have gone in. That ball would have definitely rolled out, but it was the smartness of Odro who had to just take a little touch and just, bait him, called for that free kick, was calling for that foul, and, Danso had to foul him.
Free kick to the home side, Hohoe United. Aloso there to take. He's had one already parried by Lawrence Osei. This time he goes low. Odro tries to flick it. Another throw-in for the home side. The defensive responsibilities Sid has taken is really coming good for Hearts of Lions.
Yeah, they've been under pressure in the last 3-4 minutes, and he has to join the defense.
Aloso's throw, headed down by Arban. He's furious. Referee did not whistle in favor of Hohoe United. Player stays down. It is Odro. Referee Misbao overlooked, and he's helped him up. No foul here.
Yeah, you're thinking any foul would have been a penalty, and I doubt there was enough in it for that to have been a penalty. Yeah, that was contact, but not enough to warrant.
Hohoe United and 5. Hearts of Lions. There's not been an overly aggressive contest between these two.
Not at all. You were thinking, 90 minutes should be hostile. It should give you the high-flying tackles, the long-range shots, the dribbles, the flicks, everything. But yeah, the tempo is built up. In as much as we would want to have fun, these two teams are quite cautious, especially for Hohoe United playing at home.
Kwejobin Jr. for Hearts of Lions. Back for Eche Dogley. Dogley still hangs on. That's a foul against Enim. Referee he's reached his pocket. It will be a yellow card, the first of the afternoon. Flash to Hearts of Lions, left back.
Yeah, definitely.
Enim, too aggressive, too Too physical from Enim on Osafo.
Yeah, you could see he shoved him down. He knew what he was doing. He wasn't going for the ball totally, but that was a mistake from Dogley, Dogley in the central area, which could have caused them, had Osafo broken away with that ball, it would have been a fast break, and there was nothing they would have done to stop him, and Enim just had to take one for the team.
Enim will be playing with extra caution with some 70 minutes to go. He knows any more mistake might just end him up in the dressing room for an early shower.
Yeah, most definitely. And you're asking, what's TJ doing about that? Are they trying to exploit the left back who is now in the books of the referee? Perhaps maybe there's a time you need to feed Osafo a couple of more balls, create those 1v1 situations.
That's clumsy.
Yeah, very
clumsy from the Hohoe United winger Osafo. A while ago he was at the receiving end, and he turns out to be the aggressor this time.
Yeah, well, he luckily walks away without going into the books of the referee, and that's what it could be at some point. Within the intervals, you could see both teams trying to get a go at each other, and sometimes the tempo drops a bit. But for Hohoe United, you'd be expecting them to up the tempo a bit. They are the home side, and we've seen them lose narrowly here on these grounds. They lost to Gold Stars, they lost to Idiana, and if you're not able to get an early goal, it just creates so much pressure for you in the second half, and if you don't take it, you concede a goal and you could be dropping points.
25 minutes. Game has been paused for cooling break in the Volta derby between Hohoe United Football Club and Bando Hearts of Lions. Hohoe United are enjoying a very difficult spell. In their last 10 games, Hohoe United have won just 2 of their last 10 games, 3 draws and 5 defeats. In those 5, they've suffered 3 consecutive defeats, and this has left them on the 16th position on the league log, a situation that this man would want to really get it sorted out as we kickstart the second half of the league next week. He might want to end the first round on a high, but as we speak, it's not looking good for the new boys.
It's terrible, and he needed that cooling break actually to send out some information to the team. Maybe they need to regroup, reset a couple of things, and try and break down this Heart of Lions defense again. They've come close a couple of times, but you look at the records, last 10 games, 5 defeats, 3 draws, and just 2 wins. And to make it worse for them, they're losing here at a place where they call a fortress. Last season where they were playing in the Division 1, they barely lost any home games, and now they are in the top flight, and teams come here and pick up points, and walk away with even maximum points here, and it doesn't look good for them. If you want to keep your place, in the top flight, then one of the things you need to do, and one of the things that every team does, is make your home a fortress, make it very, very difficult for any team that visits you, and that's what they'll be hoping at doing this year, perhaps.
Enim's header. Alosade. Flicked by Captain Usman, and Dogley has found chance to Freeman, who has gone missing in the game in the last couple of minutes. Freeman. Good touch from Chance to Freeman. Flag is up. Offside against Michael Efson. Obin Jr. was trying to make the run, but Efson had already been flagged offside.
Yeah, that was lazy play by Efson, not trying to get onside. That was a good ball. He had space, but unfortunately he just found himself in the red zone, and it was a good call. No qualms about that. No complaints at all. And they just need to find him off, and he needs to make the right runs behind the defense.
2 teams on low confidence, judging from the results in recent games, going at each other here. Fairly balanced contest so far.
Yeah, so far, so good. Perhaps maybe for both sides, if only a draw will be okay for them, especially you look at Hohoe United languishing in a very, very precarious, position now. It doesn't look good for them. They really need to turn things around. It begins with games like this, derby games. You need to win it. You need to give it, everything. I've just not been impressed with their attitude so far. Yeah, you're playing at home. You have the fans behind you. You need to push a little bit more. You need to try and create something.
In Imseda, Usman. It's a handball against Osafo. Claims it was his chest, but it was obvious he handled the ball.
And no grip, no traction at all. Both teams struggling, especially in the middle of the pitch. And that you could see coming off his hand there, trying to protest, but I think the referee had a clear view.
Ruben Hennessy. Lovely dink to Enim. Enim sends in a cross. Obin Jr. is lurking. Here is Asante, and it's flown over the bar for a goal kick.
We just saw Enim bump forward for the first time here, and just look at that. It was a good cross into the box. We expected at least a couple of, Heart of Lions players to attack that. But that ricochet fall into Asante, and that volley, that's not good enough.
Asante looking for chance of Freeman. Here is Freeman for Heart of Lions. And he missed, but was he impeded? The question is, was he impeded or not?
Yes, he was. He was. Just look at that. But, I just don't know. But he shouldn't have gone for that. You're trying to win yourself a penalty. He shouldn't have hit that ball. He struck it, and I think that was where the referee just called a shot. He felt that wasn't going to be a penalty, but he was impeded, clearly.
Fair challenge by Al Qasim on 30 minutes. It's Hohoe United 0, Heart of Lions 0 in the Volta derby.
With double pivots missing so far, we've not really seen the likes of Osei and also Alonso today. Not too much of that. You look at Heart of Lions also parading Ishmael Ado and then also Dogli, and these two teams are built on the strength of these players, especially in midfield. Giving cover to the defense and then also trying to link the attackers. But we've not really seen anything like that. Especially for Hohoe United, we've not seen that link up between the midfield and even the number 10 in Osman Safian.
Seed of Asante, Efsen, Obin Jr. beaten to it by Bangura. Losode goes to Adomako. Musa is brought into the picture. It's a foul against Danso for shoving down Odro.
Yeah, and the protest will continue there. It was an aerial challenge, and Hennessy, perhaps making contact there, but that was a call. The bit of an extended arm there from Hennessy, and just got punished for that.
Free kick taken in the straight to Lawrence Osei. Heart of Lions might be thinking, how did they lose their grip on the top spot to further slip down the league log? That's the earlier foul on Eche Dogli.
Yeah,
that was a stamp.
Needless from Safian, and that should attract a booking. I think, the referee will be lenient not to flash his card there. So he had no intentions of winning the ball. He just aimed for the foot of Eche Dogli, and he just needs to be careful. He's already been, subjected to some very, very, fierce tackles already, Eche Dogli. And he's the man that gets them going. He gets them going if they want to play that free-flowing football they want to play, then he's the man, he's the playmaker for them. And Ishmael Ado will always tidy up. Well, we've not really seen him today, and that's why we've not really seen them in their element. You talk about Heart of Lions.
Ebenezer Albans balling. Obin Jr. had sit down. Ball is cleared by Adomako. There was an earlier miscommunication between himself and Paul Kwame. But he's done well to get that ball away. Solomon Adomako.
And that would have been an error on his part. Miscommunication again.
Danso. Usman takes possession, but he gives it back to the Lions. Hennessy. Dogley. Seed of Asante. Treswan looking for Enim, but too much on that ball for Enim to pick it up.
He's playing as a number 10 today, and you know a lot of it is expected of him. But that ball, yeah, you could see the intentions. It was clear, but you know the weight on the ball, it was a bit overhit for me, and I think there was no way Enim was going to get at the end of that one. But you talk about Seedorf, yeah, he slotted in playing right in front of H. Dogli and then also Ishmael Ado, but we've not really seen the best, those defense splitting passes, you know, those mazy runs. We've not really seen it from him. Perhaps he is a bit rusty, you know, just being used as a sub in most of the games they've played this season.
Hohoe United struggling at home against Hearts of Lions. 10 minutes away from the break. No goals. Ado's balling. Here is Safiano Usman. That ball went too early. Let's see what Lawson Beku is able to do, but he just can't get on that one.
Again, the hold-up play, the two-top of Hohoe United trying to combine, and no assistance from anyone at all, and it was Safiano. Just look at that. Again, between two players, just hitting that one into the channels for Bekoe to attack, at least maybe hold up play and invite his teammate into it, but that wasn't a good pass.
H.A. Dogley. Here is Danso to Dogley. Good ball to Ado. Ishmael Ado tries to get to Efsen. Efsen wanted it on his feet.
That's the kind of striker he is. Just play the ball to feet, space.
Hennessy's delivery in, but nobody is arriving to connect for Hearts of Lions. As Kweku Musa hurriedly finds Bangura. And Hennessy's racing to fill in that space is left behind. But H.A. Dogley makes it easier for him by returning position. I've been grappling to figure out where exactly Chauncey Freeman is playing from and his role in this afternoon's game for Hearts of Lions.
Yeah, as an interpositional play, that's why they always play with a four-top. And, you know, they have attackers who can play in every position up front, the four positions behind the striker as a number 9 or even left or right wing. And that's what we are seeing now. Bin Jr. would love to drift in because sometimes he can play as a number 9 or even a number 10. And you talk about Chauncey Freeman, sometimes he's allowed to roam freely because he's the man, you know, who attacks those half spaces up front. And today we've not really seen him get on the ball often, but he's still a dangerous man with or without the ball.
Hennessy with a long one looking for Epson. Flag is up. Offside against Michael Epson.
Second time in the game he's been caught offside. And he needs to time his runs now, Epson. It's not helping the team. That's a run from deep area, but the flag had gone up a fraction into the red zone. He just needs to time his runs now.
Bekui, Osafo, Osafo still hangs on, swings in across, collected by Lawrence Osei. Ojo was trying to pounce on it.
He thought that ball was loose. Thought he would have got something on it at least.
Ado to Chauncey Freeman. Freeman switches to Asante, and Adomako fouled by the high boot of Seed of Asante. The timely clearance ensured that Seedorf had no option.
And not at all. But it was a lovely ball from Chauncey Freeman from the left-hand side, but that first touch was a bit poor for me. Control with the chest, but just moved further away from him, and he was just trying to bring that one down, but good reading, good movement as well by Adomako to just try and clear that one as well. Just inviting the foul. He managed to win that one. And he's been so great in defense for them this afternoon. With all the experience he's had, he's really showing it.
But I'm sure he's not gonna be happy with that unwanted record of being the first player to be red carded in the Premier League in that opening day fixture against Hearts of Oak at the Accra Stadium.
Yeah, not at all. But then the good thing was they left Accra with a point, and that was where they started believing that the league will be good for us.
40 minutes at the Hohoe Stadium. Hohoe United 0, Hearts of Lions 0.
You're thinking how this game hasn't seen a goal. Still baffles me. We've seen some good chances. Aban, we've seen a couple as well from Hohoe United, but I think these two teams would have to up the tempo, and you're still thinking what the halftime pep talk would be. Perhaps maybe a tweak in formation, throw in some more attacking players. We might see something more different, a bit more direct in the second half.
Osei Jr., good control in midfield to find Usman. That through ball is meant for Losim Bekwe, but Lawrence Osei commanding goalkeeping and intelligent defending by Aban. That's clever from the captain.
Yeah, he sees him. He sees the run of Bekwe, and he just manages to stand in his way. There was no way Bekwe was going to get around Aban. He did that so well. And the communication this time between himself and the goalkeeper was just there. And that's what you need sometimes. You just need, these bulky, lanky defenders.
So the home side have got 3 shots on target against 1 for the away side. Hohoe United trying to hit the back of the net before the break to unsettle the visitors, who have found coming down from a goal to win games very difficult in the last 6 matches of the campaign.
It's not been good, especially if they concede first. Heart of Lions, then they are surely going down, and that's what they would want to avoid here. They're hoping to avoid conceding first.
Asante, Hennessy is trying to get to Enim again, but good reading of the game by Osafo. Here is Usman, the captain for Hohoe United, up against Hennessy. One support, and he finds support from Osafo. Usman. The home side been dominated by Hearts of Lions on 55 in terms of possession, but they have the more shots on target than the visitors.
Yeah, we spoke about conceding possession to Heart of Lions, that that's why they went with a 4-4-2 direct. You have Osman just pairing Bekoe, and they do the hold-up play, so they just sit a bit deeper and try and hit them on the break. And that's what we've seen from them all afternoon.
Enim to Eche Dogley. Ebenezer Arban. Asante. Enim. Here is Freeman. Ebenezer Arban. Here is Efson. He turns around, but it's a good block from Adomako. Decision had already gone against Efson. He was caught pulling the jersey of Adomako. It's a good decision. It's 45 minutes here at the Hohoe Stadium. Hohoe United, 0. Hearts of Lions, 0. Here is Enim. That's the confirmation of additional time. 3 minutes of stoppage time here in Hohoe. Aban, Obin Jr. charges forward, goes with his left foot, and he rises above the goalpost for a goal kick. The moment he got the ball and ran into space, he had one thing on his mind, to drive forward, and he went over the bar. Kojo Obin Jr. Aban's clearance. We're halfway through stoppage time. Here is Haruna Al-Qasim looking for Bekwi, but Lions defend well. Eche Dogley hands possession to Usman. Here is the Lions captain. Swings in across, but nobody's arriving for the home side as Danso gets it away, but only as far as Odro, who doesn't control it well, is Obin Jr. Now Efson. Good defending from Adomako. Douglas ball in. Efson traps it down, but it falls to Osafo. Alosade. Good control by Hennessy to find Eche Dogley. It's halftime here at the Hohoe Stadium. It's ended goalless after 45 minutes and 3 minutes of stoppage time. The Volta Derby fails to produce any goals. Not so many goal scoring opportunities, but it's been a competitive fixture between these two after 45 minutes. Half-time, Hohoe United 0, Hearts of Lions 0.
All right, it's half-time, and welcome back into our studios here. Thank you very much. It's been an interesting first 45 minutes. Chances created here and there, but none has been taken advantage of. And I noticed that during the game, coach was also making some pointers, putting some notes down as to what exactly has been going wrong with the teams, etc., in terms of the opportunities coming through and the chances not being taken. First 45 has come to an end goalless from the Hohoe Stadium. Coach, I'll start with you. What were the observations?
Yeah, I think both teams were giving false passes, and they're not communicating very well. And both teams were not able to identify what we call the zone 14. The zone 14 is the line around the goal scoring area. I think this gives me an opportunity to do some correction for the coaches. Most of them say they create chances. They've never created anything. Okay. Whatever they create, the ball being tossed into the 18. They don't have a clear scoring path. So they always create a picture to look as if players are not scoring. If you take time to watch this game, they are not creating chances at all. The ball only become a goal mouth miliki, and the players struggle over it. But with such games, you need to see a clear goal scoring path. Nobody has been able to clear. The reaction to the ball is poor, both teams as well. Lack of communication, false passes, and they are all crowded in the middle. Nobody is using the width of the park, and the players have become just workaholic, where you can find if they lack basic field training. Okay. So when you watch the whole game, no player has been adventurous. All of them are playing around the middle with their physical strength.
Okay. Nothing really to write home about in the first 45 minutes. Let's do a very quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with a halftime discussion.
Changing social if you're dreaming, don't be afraid. In the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new ride. Make me stand. Oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casapreco.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch them out.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? His scribbles the stadium. Was it before the general lifting up trophies? Stephen Odo is orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Welcome to Max by.
Babe, me sending messages.
Hey Jerry, this your phone. What is this?
Babe, relax. Today is the day I turn water into wine. We're in the promised land. Max Bar is here to save us, okay? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Make sure you don't embarrass me like you did the other time at the chopper.
Message me send.
Welcome to Max by.
You're welcome to Max Buy, Ghana's #1 electronic retail store with brands like Techno, Itel, Infinix, iPhone, Oraimo, Edifier, and Cynix. We have over 40 shops nationwide, a convenient payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery. How may I help you?
You know, my queen deserves the best. Show me your top gadget here.
That was the same thing you said at the shoe shop the other time. I ate Chaliwate P. Jerry!
Madam, don't worry. At Max Buy, we have everything for everyone and every budget.
Babe, imagine our anniversary selfie with this Techno Camon 30S. Everybody would think that we are Ghana's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Welcome to Max Buy.
Power couple, papa.
Power couple, our phone into me.
Max Buy has flexible payment plans for us.
Oh yes, you can pay in installments.
Hey, Yakuya, and who said this is your... At Max Buy, we've got it all. Mobile phones, smart TVs, air conditioners, kettles, microwaves, blenders, and more.
What's your payment plan? When are you going to start chasing me for it?
Relax, Jerry. Max Buy makes it convenient for everybody. You can pay daily, weekly, or monthly. Just focus in making Madam happy. That's all. With over 40 shops nationwide, flexible payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery.
Welcome to Max Buy. Welcome to Max Buy.
Looking to maximize your rice production with our high-performance rice mill machines? Shwangu machinery is purposely built for Africa to ensure efficiency, durability, and superior rice quality. From paddy cleaning to finished white rice packaging, trusted in over 27 countries, 10 production lines, and 7 years of hands-on experience in the Ghanaian rice industry, Shwangu offers more than just machinery. We also provide 24/7 after-sales service and spare parts support. Shwangu machinery is built to last, designed to deliver. Call us now on 0506 620 089.
Auntie Julie. Cars. Mami jollof and no chicken 50 Ghana cedis. Okay. Afe so, mami amone ugo stew ne so 80 Ghana cedis. Afe woni bibi, mami wan pesie, any beef stew no so 80 Ghana cedis. Eno ye 80 won. Na mami, banku ne nkuma, ni nyina ma minye bebre, na ni nyina enye 70 Ghana cedis. Afe so.
Madam, the gano nkwa na wuto ana.
Ediane no eye dedodo. Taste no eye deep. A secret filler B. Secret filler no Aljoda seasoning powder. Aljoda seasoning powder. Our flavors, baby. Goat flavor, our hawk.
Beef flavor, spaghetti flavor, Aljoda spices.
Aljoda seasoning powder. Taste no deep.
In my Ghana, there is only one hospital, Urahua, Yama Wedrodi Jari, and the kind of things I pay at the few with Yemuno, Abrofo, a Pubabeshe, and Soma Heba Hospital. I just say, Oma specialize in detoxification. See ye fee every with Yemuno. This is the place. Come see some strange, mysterious bath. Obi abubukura sorry enante after this bath.
Enyim no wose won na ba bedware na nkasa to din say magic bath. Enye doctor na to din but ayarefo na ba begya yare say bedware. Na to din why because we got a problem be a won be na start eyi ni ho di na ekọ.
Ye dware wayi ne mabone aka wo wedie mu from utim to onan ase bra na be detox ni nyina na ho ntumi nto.
right, we're back from the break. Many thanks for sticking and staying with us. If you've just joined us, you've missed the first 45 minutes of a game between Hohoe United and Bando Heart of Lions. Coach Abiu has explained to us what we saw in the first 45 minutes in terms of what the teams have been able to put into the game. Not clear-cut opportunities have come their way, although they've all been hustling and bustling with trying to make inroads into each other's territory. We'll head back to the Hohoe Stadium and find out from the technical bench, at least, their thoughts as far as the first 45 minutes is concerned. And then when we come back, we will get into their thoughts, manage those thoughts with those thoughts that we have here in the studio as we get you in readiness for the second half. Let's cross over back to the Hohoe Stadium and listen to the technical bench for the halftime interviews.
First 45, I'm now here with Coach Shaibu. Coach, a tough first 45 minutes, but what do you have to say about the team's performance?
Well, I think first 15 minutes we played very well, and then the subsequent minutes we lost it in the middle. So I think what we have to do is to make sure at least we take our chances and also solve the midfield problem.
80 subs during halftime?
Yeah. The goals will come in the second half because we have seen the problems and we are going to at least make sure we talk to the boys to at least come back strongly.
All right, thank you very much. And that's Coach Shaibu, the assistant coach of Hohoe United. It's still goalless, and he believes that definitely they will have some tweaks, during the halftime break, and they'll come back with the goals in the second half. I'm now here with the assistant coach of Heart of Lions, Daniel Nieje. Daniel, what's your assessment of the first 45?
I would say it's been a good first half for us because I've been able to keep the ball very well and then created many chances. Yet we haven't scored a goal, but I know second half we are going to score so that the game we are playing will be completed.
And have you been pleased with the movement of the front four and also the support from Eche Dogli and then also Ishmael Ado?
Yeah, they are doing very well in the midfield, and then everything is going well for us. So I believe we are going to win this game.
All right, thank you very much. All the best of luck.
All right, so the technical benches have given us a fair idea of their thoughts into the game. Anyway, I'll come to you in just a second, but also just to also let our viewers be reminded that we definitely will be bringing you the second 45 of this game, as well as the full-time interviews from the technical benches. It's a tough game so far. First 45 minutes, we couldn't see any clear-cut winner or leader in terms of goals in the first 45. We're expecting a lot more in the second half. At least that's what the technical benches are telling us. But anyway, your take.
Yeah, you see that, as I told you earlier on before we headed into the first half, I said they are going to treat this game a careful approach in the first half. In the first half, what I saw is two teams who are trying as much as possible to see if they can exploit the weakness of each other. And you know that Hohoe United, they know that Heart of Lions have beat them in the MTN FA Cup. So coming into this fixture, they need to do their things well so that they don't open their defense, so that, Heart of Lions have attackers that can hit the defense of Hohoe United. So you can see that in the first half, Hohoe United are, basically they are trying as much as possible to close those spaces that Heart of Lions will look to exploit. But you look at the front, the up front of Heart of Lions, they have the likes of Freeman, they have the likes of Kojo Bin Jr. that can penetrate. Freeman is a player who is very, very quick, and he can move in and get some balls floating through for him. But you look at the defense of Hohoe United, they have been good so far. There was a 1-on-1 V which Kojo Bin Jr. wanted to get through, but that was some timely intervention there from the Hohoe United defender. That is, should I say, the clear-cut chance that I've seen that Heart of Lions have getting into the penalty box of Hohoe United. I can't really say the same for Hohoe United. They are trying, they are probing, but it's not enough. And there was a chance that even this player, Ebenezer Aban, of Heart of Lions, had that opportunity, that header that hit the post. This is something that we should be looking. This is something that we should be seeing from these two sides, but we've not seen much from them. After that, they just go sleeping. We don't see much from them. That's why you had the assistant coach, they are saying that in the first half it was a cagey encounter. In the second half, they need to tweak things so that we can see goals in the second half.
Well, the assistant coach of Hohoe United laid claim to the fact that they have realized some of the loopholes, some of the mistakes. How easy is it in a match situation, realizing what you've gone through in the first half and trying to correct it in the second half? Is it enough time, or is there enough time?
Well, I think depending on what you've taught them, what you've seen and what you rehearsed, if it's in line, putting it back on the drawing board is easier. But if you are seeing different things and they have a different understanding, it makes it difficult.
It makes it difficult, okay.
So what did you identify? What did you see? Where were they falling short? Like I told you earlier, on lack of communication, the team is not structured well. I prefer to see the structure of my opponent. You need to see the structure of your opponent. It gives you better antidote. So I think that's why I was recording whatever they were saying, because those are friends. I'll play back to them that, did you say it under pressure, or you knew exactly what you were saying?
Exactly.
Because if you whatever they both said, they didn't match the game we've watched. Assuming you are not watching, I would say they are speaking well. But once I'm watching, and like you said, I'm making my notes. If I'm the technical director of any of them, I think tomorrow we'll have a meeting here to answer questions.
Few incidents happened during the game, and this is one of them. That's the pressure going forward, and then there was a little bit of a heckle from behind, and Heart of Lions could have capitalized on this, as it were. Coach, these are situations that they do happen in a game, but would you say that they could have taken advantage, Heart of Lions?
Yeah, the player could have taken advantage.
Sure.
In such situation, I always said that Ozekufo should be brought back into the country, paid to be able to work on all our players. That calm nature in the 18, it is what we lack. Assuming that was Ozekufo General, you are rest assured, you have watched him several times. Once he's in the 18, he believes he's in his bedroom, and has that calm nature, very comfortable. Because any touch, there could be an own goal, there will be a penalty kick. So anything can happen. So you have three options as one person. But this is where we get and we start panicking. But these panickings are coming as a result of always the players hearing that they are not scoring, they are not scoring, they are not scoring. It creates a psychological block in their head. We need to change whatever we've been saying to the players to see it in a different angle.
All right. Well, we'll be looking out for more action in the second half, especially from the front men, because again, like coach is saying, once it gets into the psyche of the player in terms of the head, you almost always have double, triple thoughts sometimes when you're in the 18-yard box, how to control yourself, how to compose yourself, and then how to deliver at the end of it. And anyway, I don't know whether you would agree with coach that yes, this is part of our game that most of the front runners for the local league are not pretty much aware of, and probably that's why he's calling for the return of Osekufo.
Exactly. Just as what we saw, that was a hasty movement that the defender did on the Heart of Lions attacker.
And I have to cut you because I just got the signal that Hohoe is ready for us. So let's go for the second 45. We'll join you again at full time.
Doesn't tell his defenders he's going for it. This is going for second half action here at the Hohoe Stadium. It's a Volta derby. No goals in the first half. Second half promises to be more exciting and competitive. That's definitely the fans are hoping for that. Everyone is hoping for that. It's a big game. The tempo just needs to rise a bit, and pep talk needs to work. It needs to seep in. The players need to feel the energy in the crowds, and they just have to translate that into a performance, on the pitch. But then a win for either side will be crucial. Will be great for them. Ishmael Ado. Here is Danso. Efsen. Lions asking early questions of the United defense. And him to Ado. Ado switches down to the right side and finds Obing Jr. Two coaches will be ensuring that they don't open up so many spaces in defense. They want to tighten it up a bit and also be aware of what chances their opponents will give them going into the next 45 minutes. Yeah, definitely. I need to take risk sometimes. Oh, United coming close, but there's a clearance from Danso. Yeah, it's been tight. It's been cagey, and we saw the number of big chances falling to both sides. We saw Aban's header. We also saw some goal line clearance and all that. But you know, if you don't take risks, you don't win games. And sometimes you need to commit more men forward. You look at Hohoe United. They stuck with a 4-4-2 flat with just two up front. You have Osman Safiano and then also Bekwe up front, and it's not really helped them. We've not seen a lot, you know, of action, especially in attack from them. You look at Heart of Lions as well. It's been the 4-2-4 where they have 4 attackers, and you're expecting, you know, something more promising, quality balls, you know, into the channels at least, 1v1 situations and all that. But we are not also seeing that. So it's just up to the players now to man up, you know, show some courage and also take the game to each other.
Ishmael Ado. Ruben Hennessy tries to find any, ball is cleared. Epson with a cross. Obin Jr. Poor connection from Kwejo Obin Jr. That's a bright chance for Obin Jr. in the second half.
He should have scored.
But United will charge for their own opportunity or draw. Racing all the way looking for a foul. He won't get it.
He's not going to get it. I don't think that was a foul. Just look at that. He just had no intentions of hitting that ball. You know, and he just played that ball a bit too far from him, allowing Echedogli to just nick in and apply some pressure on him. And Echedogli does well. He's not the fastest on the pitch, but at that point, you'd give him credit for that recovery. It was a good run from Echedogli.
United have a corner. Ms. Bao has a job to do in ensuring that there's some sanity in that 18-yard box. Corner for Hohoe United. Swings one in. Kwame Paul gets a late touch on it, but ain't troubling Heart of Lions in any way.
Not at all. Across to the far end, and just look at that. Oh, a bit too heavy for me. I was thinking Kwame Paul would have managed to get that one, you know, inbounds again, at least into the 6-yard box for the Hohoe players to attack, but nothing from there. We saw some impressive, you know, set-piece routines in the first half from Hohoe United, and it's just gone away in the second.
Here is Kwejo Obin Jr. Good play from Al Qasim. Osafo unable to control that one. That's the paramount chief of Hohoe, Tobiga Gabusu the 7th, with his elders to support the home side.
And that's why they can't fail today. They need to win.
Here is Asante. Squares one into the box. Lions appeal for a handball. Referee was right there and close. Here is Danso to the middle for Ado. Ado to the left-hand side and finds Enim. Here is Echedogli. Now Ebenezer Urban for Lions. We've done 5 minutes into second half action. No goals between these neighbors. Here is Obin Jr. for Heart of Lions. It's a drive and it's straight to Musa.
Yeah, they're probing. They're getting into very dangerous positions now, and you know, there's like the test shot we'd already seen from Heart of Lions in the second half. We've barely done 10 minutes and Obin Jr. again from that stance, but that's what you get where you put your double pivot, you know, on the ball. We are seeing Echedogli and Ishmael Ado both have a feel of the ball, and they are trying to, you know, do the playmaking from deep, and it's allowing, it's freeing up the attackers to find, you know, spaces up front, and that's what they need to do often if they really want to get a goal this afternoon.
Osafo wins the free kick for Heart of Lions, and Echedogli will protest against the decision. Referee have none of that. Free kick for Hohoe United.
Yeah, that was the incident again. Yeah, Echedogli is coming to contact with Odro. Osafo.
Free kick taken away by Sida of Asante. Obin Jr. Good ball looking for Efsin. That's some clever defending from Paul Kwame.
He had to do that. He had to go all out. Just knew he was going to get to the ball.
Good play from Danso. Lovely run from the right back. Now Obin Jr. again. Good defending from Hohoe United. Dogley. Hennessy. Now Sante. Obin Jr. is coming into the game more positively in the second half.
Yeah, and they are making waves now, Heart of Lions. They are gaining dominance, in midfield, and that's what they want. And just look at the position of these two players, Ishmael Ado and H. Dogley, and that's what's freeing up the rest of the players. You have the fullbacks also joining the attack, creating overloads in the wide areas. And if Hohoe United are not careful, they need to block the spaces, the passing lanes, else just one dangerous ball and they could be down.
Daniel Osei to Paul Kwame now. One of those surviving members of the Liberty team that metamorphosed into Hohoe United. He's been one of the consistent features of this Hohoe team. Here's a man under pressure, huh?
Yeah, you talk about Bashir Hayford. He's an experienced gaffer, but that's the quality of the Ghana Premier League. And sometimes even the best coaches, they'll come under pressure. We've seen it with the veteran coaches. You mentioned the top coaches. All these coaches at some point, Samuel Buedu, a winner of the title, we've seen Bashir Hayford himself, and that was that initial collision there. Seed of Asante, he collided into by Adomako. That was a nasty play there by Adomako, and he's sometimes rugged, doesn't allow anything to go past him.
Hearts of Lions have a free kick. Ishmael Ado sets us up for Seedorf. The poor strike.
It's been very flat, Hohoe United. It's not really been impressive, and you're wondering why they gave away possession. They should be on the ball more, and perhaps maybe as a tweak in tactics. But I think if you want to create more, you just need to have more of the ball, and that's why they need to bring in Alosode and Osei Senior, into the game, just like we've seen Heart of Lions also bring in their midfielders in Ishmael Adu and then also H. Dogley.
.5 minutes. Hohoe United 0. Hearts of Lions 0.
The first ever Volta derby shouldn't be a distasteful one. It should be a boring derby. There should be fireworks. There should be some cracking moments. We've seen some action yet, but I think it's been subpar. There's quite a lot more, the fans are itching to see, and I think there's quality in both sides, and both sides just need to, exploit, the weaknesses.
Hearts of Lions pushing for the opening goal. Trying to take the game to the home side. Obin Jr. Douglas strikes one from the distance and he goes out for a goal kick.
That would have been historic if he had scored. He's not your, goal scoring midfielder, always bent on playmaking, but that from a distance. Hohoe just trying his luck there, hoping that one will be on target.
Osafo will make way. Daniel Osei will also make way. So Osafo and Osei out for Michael Yeboah and David Anani.
Yeah, Yeboah takes the place of Osafo at the right-hand side of the Hohoe United attack, and definitely he's been tasked to continue what Osafo was doing. After Enim was carded, you'd be thinking that was where they had to find him often, but he just went missing for a while, and we've not really seen anything dangerous from him, and that's why Yeboah just comes on like-for-like replacement.
Efsin, Ismail Ado, Chauncey Freeman.
There's a positioning of Ismail Ado for me, just dropping in between Hennessy and Alban, and that's why they've pushed a bit more forward, more like a 3-back with a ball now. And
Michael Efsin, here is Danso. Good defending from Hohoe United.
Yeah, but Hohoe United are living dangerously now, and just look at that space to exploit. Lovely ball, in between the defenders. Then could see Danso trying to just cut that one back into a dangerous area, and you had the likes, of Obin Jr. lurking there just to pounce on that one. Good vision from Efsin, turning playmaker at that point.
Enim. Cross comes in, but it's headed away by Paul Kwame. Here's Anane. Good defending. Lovely play from Ebenezer Arban to Chauncey Freeman. Freeman wants to shoot, but he's lost possession in the process. And the foul for Hearts of Lions. That's some clumsy tackling from Al-Qasim.
Yeah, Al-Qasim Aruna. Just look at that high foot now. And again, he goes in again. Again, Seedoff, and just needs to be careful. Yes.
Oh, United up on 7 fouls. Out of Lions, 17.
Yeah. And most have come when trying to stop Hearts of Hohoe United from breaking away, with that quick counter.
Ado. Enim. He's gone a bit quiet after that yellow card in the first half. Enim.
Yeah, and you're thinking TJ needs to exploit that space. You need to exploit his weakness now. He's already in the referee's books, and you need to put someone on him. You need to put someone to just take the game to him, and they are not doing that.
Delivery by Enim, an appeal for a handball. Misbah is right there. He doesn't even look there. But in his Arban's drive, he goes out, goal kick.
Yeah, and the protest will continue, but that was so quick. Referee in close proximity, just to adjust that not to be a handball, but then a lovely delivery again, and just look at that. And not in a natural position for me, not in a natural position. But Hennessy trying his luck from distance, and if they allow Enim and Danso to get on the balls, it will be dangerous for them.
Anani to Michael Yeboah. Two of the subs combining, and Alban again to the rescue. Captain's drive straight to Lawrence Osei.
Yeah, good hit. We've not really seen them advance the ball as they did now. It was a cross initially, but then just cleared by Alban, and the return ball, the half volley.
Hohoe, centre back for Kwame, seems to have suffered from a knock.
And well, the reaction of the fans tells you that they want nothing other than a send it off. These are the tackles sometimes you see in derbies. It's always feisty, it's always fierce. You know, the pandemonium, everything. And I think this game, to some extent, has given us a bit of it.
Free kick for the home side. Trying to double up in terms of the offensive onslaughts.
I've not seen much from them, and at this time it was Bangura combining with the sub Anane at the left-hand side. It's a side where you think they've got quality, but they've not really used, the left winger there as much as you think. And it was a good combination there.
Odro to take the free kick for Hohoe United. He scored against Asante Kotoko from a free kick, but not from an angle like this. He bends one in. Nearly the opening goal. Lawrence Osei, some way, somehow, does not concede.
Just talking about scoring against Kotoko, and that was a sublime free kick to the far post and the header. A good reaction save, but then the reaction from the rebound, both sets of teams reacting slowly, especially Hohoe United. Someone needs to be there. Someone needs to pounce on that.
Lost in Bekui. Shows great strength and desire, but he ain't getting any foul. He gets a penalty. Wow. It was obvious he wanted a penalty. He invited a challenge and he really got it. But I was thinking that it was a genuine tackle there. That's the protestation from the outs of Lions.
Yeah, they will by doubt. And you see, I think Alban just went to sleep for a split second. He drops his shoulder, and he creates that space for himself. Just look at that. Alban falling for the trick. Now he creates room for himself, and Alban just doesn't get the ball. And I think that's where this is a more clear angle, from a reverse angle. Just look at that. Alban not getting the ball. He trips him. And I think that was the right call from this bow. Alban has been faultless. He's been flawless all afternoon until, that point where he went 1v1 with Bekwe, and Bekwe showed so much class, so much quality, in that situation, dropping the shoulder, creating space, and just, drawing the foul easily.
And Hearts of Lions will complain. The captain has been calmed down. He might just be the obvious penalty taker.
Yeah, 4 goals so far this season, Safiano, and he's got nerves of steel, so much stamina, hardly gets tired, even after 90 minutes, and definitely he'll be the one to take it, but the protest will continue.
Wondering what Osei and him are telling the assistant referee, but these fans would not mind.
No, they wouldn't at all. They've been waiting for this moment, and everyone up on their feet now, hoping that,
That's the incident. He goes past Alban. Alban tries to push him down. Yeah. He hangs on and eventually goes down. Contact in the box. Referee right there.
Yeah, definitely. That trailing leg, of Bekwe, and it was clumsy from Alban. Should have been more careful. Once you allow them room, you don't go in charging on them.
Captain Safian Usman. Opportunity for Hohoe United to jump into the lead here. Penalty for the home side, and it's their ever reliable captain, Safiano Usman, to take it. He's got 4 goals already in the Premier League. An opportunity to hit 5 for the home favourites. Penalty, Hohoe United. Will Lawrence Osei save? Or Safiano send the home fans into wild jubilations?
Tough moment. Tough moment. Everyone waits patiently.
Penalty for Hohoe. Captain Safiano Usman against Lawrence Osei, for a team rooted within the bottom 3. A win for them in this game will temporarily lift them from the relegation zone. They are only out of safety if they win this one. Here is Safiano Usman, and Safiano has blown it over the bar. He has blown it over the bar. Unbelievable. And the away fans are excited.
You were expecting wild jubilations from the whole side, but it rather went to the home side because that was a terrible kick from Safiano. Just look at that. You'll be thinking he sent Lawrence Osei the wrong way, but the execution, just terrible. He just dug so deep. I think the execution, the technique, just failed him at that point. Lawrence Osei was in no man's land at all, and all he had to do was to just direct that one on target. And you know, the calmness, you know, those, total, quietness everywhere before he kicked that ball, and all of a sudden, it's rather the Kmando fans that celebrate.
Captain Safiano, the hero, might just be the villain. He sent the stadium into exciting scenes and massive celebrations in the past, but he's let them down big time here.
Yeah, and that's the time you'd be hoping they don't drop the guards, and you need to keep that concentration. Yeah, confidence will drop a bit, but you need to keep it intact. And still, unbelievable scenes. No one can believe it. Not even the head coach can believe it. And the most reliable player for them this season fails them at the point they need him the most. 4 goals. It's won them so many points this season. And at a time where you think he's going to make history by becoming the first scorer in the Volta Derby in the Premier League, he flouts the chance. Golden opportunity, just gone begging.
Disappointed, but he's got opportunity to make amends. He's yet to go into the game, but he's already been yellow carded. Emmanuel Chireme.
You hardly see this in football these days. Hardly. And there's a bit of confrontation there. TJ not happy with that yellow card shown to Chireme.
Chireme goes in to replace Adomako. And then Lawson Bekwi out for Ebenezer Amega. He just came in, but he got the yellow card. Confirmation of the substitutions. Chireme, Amega in for Adomako and Bekwi.
I think Adomako picked up a knock. There was a point where he signaled to the bench that he wouldn't be able to continue, and they just had to bring in someone. At least they have 19 more minutes. Perhaps plus added on time to try and win it again. It was a golden opportunity. It's gone, and you would have to keep your focus. It's important for a team languishing in the bottom 3.
It's a foul for Hearts of Lions.
Seems to be a hard push on Chauncey Freeman. You could see it there. It was Haruna Al-Qasim with that push.
After surviving that penalty, I tell you, Hearts of Lions will be boosted in confidence to go all out for this one.
You feel that momentum swung in their favor, rather. You know, there's a pendulum swing there, and the momentum would rather be with them now after, you know, surviving that penalty.
Assistant referee and his centre man having the word before this free kick is taken. The seed of Asante, Ishmael Ado, and then Enim. The Kerala goes right over the bar.
Not a bad ball from Ishmael Ado. It's been a bit quiet.
Al-Qasim Haruna. Efsin. Hohoe United trying to make amends from that penalty miss with some high pressing, but Hearts of Lions look very organized in both midfield and attack. Here they go, Lions. I thought he wasted so much time on the boy Ishmael Ado, but he's lucky to get a free kick in his favor.
Yeah, they are winning more free kicks now, but it's just been poor execution each and every time. No, Ishmael Ado blasting one not long ago, but it was Safian Osman with a recovery there. Just trips Ishmael Ado after, you know, fairly winning that ball, I think. That was just the late challenge there. They're finding spaces now, Heart of Lions. They're finding spaces, especially after, you know, moving the Efsin a bit more, you know, closer to his number 10. And the link-up play has been good so far, but they just need to make something happen with these free kicks.
The traveling fans ever confident after surviving the scare. Free kick taken quickly. Here is Chauncey Freeman with a cutback. Ball is cleared away. 75 minutes. Hohoe United nil, Hearts of Lions nil. Obin Jr. Lions comes close. It's a corner for Hearts of Lions.
That was nearly the opener. Dangerous ball from Obin Jr. Skips easily past Bangura. And that touch again from Aloso Day, nearly resulting in a goal for Heart of Lions.
Ishmael Ado's corner, away by Musa. Cross comes in. Enim. Freeman. Goes past Yaboa. Here is Enim. Sends in a cross. Ebenezer Arban. Now here is the captain Safiano Usman, but Lawrence, I'll say, some brave goalkeeping.
He had to, by Menez Amagat does well to hang on. Try to tread that one. And he had the pace more than Echedogli, but it was Lawrence Oselso reading the situation quickly to step out of his line and just grab that. That would nearly be in a dangerous ball. And Safiano doing everything in this game to redeem himself.
Freeman to Enimu, swings in across. Here's Ado, Asante, Echedogli, drives one in, and it goes wide.
You hardly see him in attacking positions, Echedogli. A push has come to shove again. He finds himself about 30 yards away. Again, Hohoe United players just crowding the box.
So, Sido Asante alongside Chauncey Freeman will go out for Macaulay Kuma and Paula Teje. Like for like.
Like for like. Just renewed energy, fresh limbs. Let's have the energy to take on the defenders at this point. They have seen spaces, at the wide areas. We've seen crosses from both Enim and then also Danso. And sometimes you need these attackers. Try and go past their markers, create space. Perhaps even get you the goal you need.
Obin Jr. steals possession, but that's clever defending from Paul Kwame. He ends up giving it away, but Ado hands it back to the home side. Alosode wins the free kick.
That was a timely tackle. And if that ball had gone past him, then surely that would have been the goal for Heart of Lions. But it was a time tackle by Paul Kwame.
Away side on 21 fouls, 12 for the home side. The second half has been more physical than the first.
Yeah, you always want to up the tempo, especially in a derby game, first ever derby game. You'd always want the tempo to be high. In the first half, yeah, we saw some lethargic moments, but it's been better in the second.
And on his effort is straight to Lawrence Osei.
That was a good ball.
That's Ebenezer Omega.
Yeah.
Familia with the coach having worked together at
Legon Cities, huh?
Legon Cities. Obin Jr. with a chance. How did he miss this one? Kwejo Obin Jr. He should be scoring.
Yeah, you think about that penalty miss as a huge opportunity, but this is clearing, at a bigger chance that penalty miss. Just look at that. Epson does well. It was a feeble ball, but then Obin Jr. does well to sprint onto it. And the finishing, it was just awful for me. Not the best finishing. Perhaps he should be going with the right foot, not with a weaker foot. There was no way that one would have been on target. What I had to do was to just, use the inside of the right foot, finesse that one perhaps.
An opportunity easier to score than to miss.
Perhaps.
Five shots on target for the visitors. Off target. And one for the home side. So it tells you how the game has swung in this second half. Lions threatening and moving, but nothing productive from their onslaughts. With this clarion chance by Obin Jr. going a begging.
Again, both players now on the same page there. Safiano can only imagine what's going through his head now after missing that penalty. Again, trying to combine with Bangura doesn't go well for them, and they'll still have to wait for a while.
Amega. Poor pass from Ebenezer Amega.
Yeah, he's looked sharp since coming out. He's not that player to get you that final pass, that touch of class wouldn't come from him. He's a good finisher. You know, 1v1 situations, yeah, you trust him to beat his marker, but you know, picking out a pass that splits the defense, I don't think Amega gives you that.
Chairman's clearance for the home side. Bismarck Enim finds Ishmael Ado. Ado is trying to pick out Kuma. Michael Yaboa. Now captain Safiano Usman. Alosode. Al-Qasim Aruna on the right for Hohoe United. Here's Michael Yaboa. Alosode. That's an awful pass from Alosode. He's been the conductor. He's been that one orchestrating all the moves from the midfield, but this is highly uncharacteristic of him.
Terrible pass from Alosode. You'd expect better.
Kwanzaa, who is the regular in this Hearts of Lions setup, comes off the bench to replace Kajobin Jr., who has missed what can best be described as the biggest chance of the game, not even the penalty missed by Alban.
Not at all, not at all. He was just within scoring distance. And you still wonder how he just managed to just hit that one off target, not even directing it on target. And he'll be disappointed with himself.
And that penalty was missed by Safiano Usman.
Yeah.
Obin Jr., he's dejected. It tells on his face.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. That was a game-winning moment. And, you know, if they should walk away with just a point here in this game, then he knows that he flagged the golden opportunity to get the maximum points in a crucial game as this one.
H.A. Dogley loses out. Odro. Bangura to Alosode. Good defending from Danso, but Safiano Usman goes in. Clearance away by Ateje for a throw into Lions. Five more minutes away from regulation 90. Hohoe United 0. Hearts of Lions 0. Don't forget, Hohoe missed the penalty through Captain Usman Sofianu. That could have been the opening. Obin Jr. with a glaring chance, unable to score, but Lions ain't given up yet. It's a goal kick. Macaulay Kojokuma trying to weave his way unsuccessfully.
Yeah, fresh legs. Has the energy. Well, this time skill gone wrong there for Macaulay Kuma. And the expression on his face tells you how disappointed he was.
Hearts of Lions will move to the sit position if it stays this way, and all United will move out of the relegation zone onto the 14th position. William Odro is out for one of the local favorites, Amevo.
He has limited time to make his mark in this game. It's been a very, very tough game.
Hohoe United have an uphill task. The players venue on match day 18 against Hearts of Oak. Hearts is coming to town. And for Hearts of Lions, they travel they're up against Dreams at the Tuba AstroTurf.
Cracking one.
Ishmael Ado, Kwanzaa. Michael Yeboah takes possession.
They're trying to send more men forward, Hohoe United. They know it's now or never for them. And you can see Aluso playing as a lone pivot there. He's been great on the ball so far. He's been able to spring the passes very well, find men in open spaces, but they need to make the overloads count up front.
For Hearts of Lions, the winless run gets to 7, but at least they've been able to halt the losing run. With just 2 minutes to go, they might just feel like we didn't lose, although we didn't win. So going into that game against Dreams, they'll think it will be time to get their season back on track.
Maybe, but if you take a look at it holistically, in their last 7 games, they've picked up just 3 from a maximum 21, and that isn't good enough for them.
Ishmael Ado. There's a push on Cherme. Free kick for Hohoe United.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, Ishmael Ado. There was no way he was getting that ball and illegally using his arms there. Applying some push on Cherme. There's also been decent since coming on for Adomako, and clearly in the presence of the linesman, it was going to be a foul.
It's the home side who have been dominated in possession. Hearts of Lions have actually been the better of the two in terms of who have seen the ball more in the second half at 55.
Yeah, they have. They've seen lots of the ball, but you know, very, very few chances for them. The biggest one, obviously, falling to Kojo Bean Jr. And the game plan from Hohoe was just clear: 4-4-2. We just allow our strongest attackers, you know, to hold up play for us. Safiani did that brilliantly. Bekoe had his moment, won that penalty, but barring that, we've not really seen anything, you know, from the home side. And you don't win games like that. You just need to create lots of chances, perhaps.
That's silly. If the referee saw what I saw, that should be a yellow card. He just decided to go straight into Odro.
Yeah, it was a foul play there, clearly, but as to if the referee wants to, yeah, just stood in the way of Bangura.
Ateje,
yeah,
clumsy challenge.
Again, and
Alosore's effort takes the deflection of Kwanzaa. Hohoe would want a corner kick. 90 minutes already, confirmation of 5 additional minutes. We're doing 5 added on minutes here at the Hohoe Stadium. Amebo's delivery, connection gone bad. Cherme. Michael Yeboah, lovely skill. Goes down from the challenge of Efsen, free kick. Hohoe United. David Anani to take the free kick for Hohoe. He's blasted waywardly. And it's a goal kick. Disappointing from Anane. Poor technique. Awesome delivery. Awful one from him. We're into the final 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ateje goes down. Hennessy. Aban. Aiming at Ateje. Cherme. Makes sure Ateje doesn't get control of that ball. There's a slight push on Ateje, but it's not the one that referee will whistle to hand you the advantage. Michael Yaboa. Alosode. Eche Dogley takes possession. He's fouled and it's a yellow too. Alosode. John Alosode, yellow carded for the challenge on Ateje. Confirmation of John Alosode's yellow card. We're into the final seconds of stoppage time. Hohoe with a free kick deep into their area by Lions. Bismarck Enim has gone down and stayed there as Hohoe United push forward. Tries to go all by himself, unsuccessfully. That was Anane with that solo run. Enim looking for Efsen. We've done 5 of the additional minutes done. Any moment from now, referee will whistle, but Hohoe would not give up. Michael Yaboa's pass can't find Bangura. Here is Anane. Chance for Hohoe. Nobody there to connect. The captain was a shit late. The Bota derby ends in a stalemate. The game between the neighbors here in Hohoe and Bando ends in a goalless draw, but not without a lot of interesting happenings. A missed penalty by the home side's captain Usman Sofianu, and a glorious opportunity missed by Obin Jr. But Pokwame picks up the MVP for an amazing performance in defense. Perfect game for our man of the match, Paul Kwame. But I'm sure for him, it was a 3 points.
What a game we have witnessed. End-to-end action, but of course, lots of missed glorious opportunities. Both sides could not bury each other, and so they are all ending up on a note where they would walk away with 1 point apiece. Probably not the best of results that we had wanted to see in this game. My guests are still with me in the studio. I'll take their quick reactions and then we continue from there. Coach, in summation,
Yeah, I think it's a true reflection of the game. Nobody deserved to win this game. I think the draw was a fair result. Like I said earlier on, as it stands by that stand, the number of chances created is less than the number of chances we perceive has been created.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I think coaches need to work on that. There's in the middle of the pitch, there's a place with term zone 14. Nobody has been able to approach through that particular line. And we've not been able to clear opportunity for scoring. You know, when it comes to striking, the pace of the ball must be so quick that the striker does not need much effort to connect. And if the defender is not careful, he connects for the opponent. But the sort of passes that goes into the 18 has never been threatening. And the passes are always like 50-50. And when it's 50-50, the advantage is always for the striker, because he has only one responsibility to clear. But for the defender, but the striker has to find a way, positioning. And I think there are a few ways to relax, like the 3W, when, where, and why. It's played in the head in a microsecond. Where you should know where you are, why you have to pass, why you have to place, and positioning. I think positioning too is a problem we need to work on.
All right. NY.
Yes, you look at this game and you see that not many chances that was seen in this game. But you talk in terms of the clinical finishing was a problem in this game. You see that Hohoe United, they missed that penalty there. That was a glorious opportunity for them to get into the game. And you look at Heart of Lions too, that golden opportunity missed by Kojo Obin Jr. That sums it up. That in terms of clinical finishing, the two teams were poor. That's why we had the game ending in a draw.
I see. All right. Well, it's not been an interesting game as a lot of people would have wished and wanted. First game of the new year 2026, and both teams, local derby, they've battled to a draw. None was able to find the net of the opponent. Let's do a very quick break. When we come back, we'll touch base on a few of the issues. Of course, the coaches will also be telling us their impressions at the end of 90 minutes. We'll be back shortly. Do stay with us.
We are changing social if you're dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new guy. Make me say, oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Drinks, a whole new vibe, another quality product from Casapreco.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch them out.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Dombote? His screamers, the stadium. Was it before the general lifting up trophies? Stephen Odo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Welcome to Max by.
Babe, me sending messages.
Hey Jerry, this is your phone. Over here for campaign. What is this?
Babe, relax. Today is the day I turn water into wine. We're in the promised land. Max Bar is here to save us, okay? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Make sure you don't embarrass me like you did the other time at the chopper. Oh, Mama, hopefully I am. Hey, it's a boy.
Message missing.
Welcome to Max Buy. You're welcome to Max Buy, Ghana's #1 electronic retail store with brands like Techno, Itel, Infinix, iPhone, Oraimo, Edifier, and Cynix. We have over 40 shops nationwide, a convenient payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery. How may I help you?
You know, my queen deserves the best. Show me your top gadget here.
That was the same thing you said at the shoe shop the other time. I had it Chaliwate. Jerry!
Madam, don't worry. At Max Buy, we have everything for everyone and every budget.
Babe, imagine our anniversary selfies with this Techno Camon 30S. Everybody would think that we are Ghana's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Welcome to Max Buy.
Power couple, papa.
Power couple, our phone into me power.
Max Buy has flexible payment plans for us.
Oh yes, you can pay in installments.
Hey, Yakuya, and who said this is your?
At Max Buy, we've got it all. Mobile phones, smart TVs, air conditioners, kettles, microwaves, blenders, and more.
What's your payment plan? When are you going to start chasing me for it?
Relax, Jerry. Max Buy makes it convenient for everybody. You can pay daily, weekly, or monthly. Just focus in making Madam happy. That's all. With over 40 shops nationwide, flexible payment, online shopping, and home delivery.
Welcome to Max Buy. Welcome to Max Buy.
Looking to maximize your rice production with our high-performance rice mill machines? Shwangu machinery is purposely built for Africa to ensure efficiency, durability, and superior rice quality. From paddy cleaning to finished white rice packaging, trusted in over 27 countries, 10 production lines, and 7 years of hands-on experience in the Ghanaian rice industry, Shwangu offers more than just machinery. We also provide 24/7 after-sales service and spare parts support. Shwangu machinery is built to last, designed to deliver. Call us now on 0506 620 089.
Make that say, mommy, aromat, I want something now. Hey, Mama T, also use aromat.
Papa, spices flavor no, garlic, jene, kekedro, and the other mixed spices and the chicken flavor no. And one I may use it.
I saw person when you're jollof, rice soup, chicken, stew, and also spaghetti Italian poor. Aromat seasoning powder. This is how we be an demo.
Hey, Daddy. Men noa ebiani keke. For aromat noa nenye de.
FDA adie dwade nkrato ya to me.
Say yo. My cat they use Kojak quality oral care product. Today Kojak charcoal toothpaste. None of most my head. Fanano ma'am.
Hey, Mrs. Akwano. Oh no. Now won't take Kojak P&F toothpaste. Any of my mouthwash no. Ye free hanum say ya kona kope bito. Esansen ho nya nakra. E bo mo se tai fenfen mo se de ye wona.
Ane, emfa won se endi agrokra. Efri se ebetumi ahawodachi. Ni senti ni edi Kojak oral care abedwaso ne demonstration. Kojak charcoal toothpaste, Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste, Kojak P, any Kojak F toothpaste, and then the mouthwash no. To sumekana kwaje wodie. If we say Kojak niema die, eye quality keke. Upe biata, ubenya biwo Ranko Pharmacy, eye Kojak for retail pharmacy ewo East Legon American House. UBA Bank nonchenwa. FDA aji edwadi enkrafo yi.
Alrighty, welcome back from the break. Many thanks for sticking and staying with us. We're heading back to the Hohoe Stadium. The two coaches are ready to share with us their thoughts into the 90 minutes we just witnessed. Let's go listen to the coaches. When we come back, we take a look at some of the excerpts.
Here with the head coach of Heart of Lions. Coach, how would you sum up this game?
Well, I think it was a very tough game because both sides they didn't want to lose. The home team played aggressively, and then we also matched them boot to boot. And unfortunately, we had they had a penalty, they couldn't convert. We also had a clear chance, and then we also couldn't convert. So we drew, and I think both sides are happy because the friendship between Hohoe and Pandu, maybe God didn't want it to be one being happy and one being sad. So all of us are sharing the point, and then we go home.
Interesting. But you're looking at your front four. You've always kept a consistent team. You never change. What do you think is wrong now? Do you think complacency is setting in, or you think you are losing the firepower?
That is what I'm finding out. Because sometimes I tell them that because for consistency is very good for every team, so that you play within yourselves and then you get the unity, everything. But they are playing good. I mean, when they are playing good. It's all about converting our chances. That's all. But they are playing very good. So that is what I've been working on last 2 weeks and last week, all finishing. When it comes to the real situation, then it's a problem.
Now you've got 7 without a win, 3 points from a possible 21. What are you doing to snap that?
Very sad. If a team plays 7 matches and get only 3 or 2 points, it's a failure.
And you think your job is on the line now?
Me? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that is so. So be it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Wish you a safe journey back to Kpando. So that's the head coach of Kpando Heart of Lions, Bashir Hayford. He's won the league before, but this time things are not really going his way, and he believes that his job is not on the line, despite the fact that his side, Kpando Heart of Lions, has picked up just 3 points from a possible 21 in their last 7 games, dating back to November 2025. And I'm now here. I've been joined by the head coach of Hohoe United, Abdul Tijani Bashir. Coach, you're smiling. You just dropped 2 points and you're smiling. Are you okay with the scoreline?
No, I'm not smiling at all. Why? Because I don't know, anytime we had this kind of goal scoring opportunity, I don't know what it's just like this. We are unlucky. I don't know. But it's just that we have to keep working hard to achieve our target.
Right, we saw the lineup, we saw the setup. Osman Safian, Bekui up front. Did it work to perfection for you? We saw Bekui winning the penalty as well for you. Did it work to perfection?
Exactly, it did so well because it gives us everything. Just that Safiano should have, scored a goal for us. But it's our talisman. He scored even the difficult goals better than this one. So there's nothing that we can do than to say we are unlucky. Because I'm very happy with the performance because my team is playing very well. But when it comes to goal scoring, that's exactly what we like. But as a coach, it's our responsibility to push them till they start scoring. And we'll get there.
Now you've moved to 18 points, but then you're not safe entirely. You're not home and dry. What are you going to do now to salvage the situation for yourself? Because you definitely feel under pressure sometimes.
Yeah, of course. But pressure is part of us. I don't think I'm under pressure at all. Just that I have to focus and do exactly what I'm coming here to do. That's to try as much as possible to let Hohoe United stay in the Premiership.
And finally, your captain, what are you going to say about him after missing that penalty?
No, nothing. Just to motivate him to make sure in next game he will do better. Nothing. What else?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Coach Abdul Tijani Bashir is the head coach of Hohoe United. He says there's nothing to say about his captain after he flapped, a golden chance from 12 yards to put them in front. Maybe even win the game for them, but he's content and he believes they need to work hard to turn the situation in their favor. I'm now here with the man of the match, Paul Kwame. He played so well in defense together with Adomako before Adomako was subbed off. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you very much.
And what do you say about the game? Are you disappointed you couldn't pick up maximum points?
Yeah, very disappointed. You could see we created many chances and we couldn't utilize it, but that's how the game is. So we are disappointed, so we'll just take it like that. Yeah.
As a defender, you'll be happy you kept a clean sheet. But what do you have to say about the overall performance, not able to convert the chances you created today?
I think we played very well, and I don't know. sometimes you are lucky, sometimes you are not lucky. But keeping a clean sheet is what I want. But going forward, we needed that 3 points more than a clean sheet. But all the same, we'll take it like that.
And as a player, are you scared you might get relegated after just gaining promotion?
No, I'm not scared. We still have a lot of games to play, so we'll keep working hard and we'll come back stronger.
Interesting. Talk to me about your relationship with Adomako at the back. How has it been so far?
It's been good, and this is the first time I'm playing with him. I've known him at a Great Olympics, but I think gradually we are getting to know each other, and I think it's very nice to play with him.
Thank you very much. Congratulations once again, Paul Kwame.
All right, so we heard from the two coaches. Contrasting views from them, if you ask me. But of course, congratulations to Paul Kwame. I remember his days in Accra Great Olympics very well. He was one of the stalwarts anytime he put on the blue and white for the Wonder Club. Anyway, we're back in the studio, and Coach, I'll start with you so we run through this briefly. You've heard from the two coaches. You've heard the perspectives, the different perspectives that they had. Now, at this stage of the season, just the beginning of the year, we're also looking at a very strong and stiff second round coming in. What are some of the key pointers we should be looking out for, generally, as we get into that part of the season?
Yeah, I think we'll put it in different groups. We'll look at the venues the game have been played, should be well taken care of, and the referee should be well taken care of. And I think we should avoid issues of player salary, issues making sure that teams are prompt, want to do exactly what we are calling them to do on, so that we don't get to a situation where a team will have not been paid and we start hearing what destroys a particular chemistry. I think from there, the coaches are giving us almost the same line in their post-match, goal scoring. So it should become a issue of national concern, where we should find a way to find out what is causing the problem why we are not scoring, because it shouldn't be across board. We have 18 premier clubs, and almost everybody tomorrow sit here again, and all the coaches will tell you go scoring. Sunday we come back, all the coaches are saying go scoring. So where does it come from? So I would say we need to look. Those are things we need to look at. And I think the match assessors and everybody must be on point. The match commissioners, everybody must be up and doing. We need to produce that champion that will move forward to go into Africa to do something. And as close as the league is, I will be hopeful if almost all matches will be aired live. Because when matches are shown, it reduces the amount of negativity that goes into it. And it puts trust in the supporters as well. Assuming this game was not shown, you can imagine the topic in town. There was a free kick, there was this, there was this. But at least, once you guys are airing it now, you've minimized the argument. We will now talk about how Obi wasted the penalty, the goal scoring opportunity, and how Sophia missed the penalty. So I think with the competitive nature of the league now, matches should be shown live. Like most matches should be shown live, so that it gives us a fair view, so that comments now come from the listeners and supporters will not be of that biased nature. Thinking of where I support and where I want to be. But I feel whatever we are seeing should be a concern to the technical department and GACA. Then we have to look at it and improve upon it, because the same players that will be in the champ team. So if they cannot score here, then that means they cannot score in the national team as well. So it should be a
Coach, I couldn't agree with you more, and I'm sure this is a worry to not only the clubs, not only the supporters who go to the stadium, but many a football-loving fan. Because we are almost always clamoring to go watch good football at the stadium. And goals is what a lot of people want to see, the art of it. So anyway, let me take you through this angle and see whether we can decipher exactly what goes through the mind of a regular player. You're playing football actively, and then your team gets a penalty. And then based on your experience, you are elected to effect the penalty. And then into the skies.
Well, Prince, when it happens like that, there are a lot of tension will be going.
First of all, was this tackle clear indication of a penalty?
Of course.
I think that the defender, the captain for Heart of Lions, got it wrong.
Yes, Aban got it wrong there. He just allowed the captain of Hohoe to just beat him to the shoulders of that part. And when an attacker beats you to that side, it becomes very difficult to deal with him, especially if he falls on you. You know, an attacker have a way of falling on you, and the little touch in the 18-yard box will just...
And clearly, even from that tackle, you realize that Aban did not even get to the ball.
Yeah, he did.
That was an acute angle.
Sure.
So there was no way that could have foul a player there.
Yeah.
It's an acute angle, so I'll still allow you to run. I was going to score.
Exactly. Just give him that shoulder to shoulder, and just be pushing him bit by bit, and just make the angle very tight for him. You know, that I was thinking Aban should have done. But he went on, he just went down easily with his foot there. You could see from this side, look, he just had that touch on the back foot of Osman, and that was the penalty for Osman. But then you see, sometimes captain can lead by example, but sometimes too you have certain players in the team that have the ability to take on such situation.
And then the penalty kick came.
And then the penalty, look at the technique here. It was poor. Look at the technique of Osman. Very poor. Because as a penalty taker, you don't put your foot beneath the ball like that. You need to have a technique.
It was my next inevitable question I was going to ask coach.
You see, they should ask the likes of Steven Appiah, the likes of Asamoah Gyan, and the technique they use in playing the penalty is different from what they use when they play when the ball is out from the penalty box. You know, when it's out of the penalty box, you have a way of hitting the ball. But if it's in the 18-yard box, they have a way of hitting the ball that you wet the goalkeeper and you just get your angle, place the ball there. I don't know what he was searching for, whether he was searching for the power and he just blast the lace through the ball and it just went up. What type of technique? It will be going up. There is no way this technique will get into the pool. It's just going to keep rising and rising, and that's what the technique he took was very poor on the part of Osman. So for me, I think they'll go back, they'll watch the playback, get back to the drawing board, and they'll look at the technique that they use in playing penalties. It's very, very key and very, very idle in such matches like this. You know, we didn't get any goal scoring opportunity. So this was the chance.
This was an opportunity
for Hohoe United to just make it home for them, and they missed it.
At times like this, sometimes you try and figure out exactly the thoughts that go through the mind of the player. Like I rightly said, he's probably one of the best penalty takers, and that was why he was entrusted with that job. Go in there and do what you know how to do. But sometimes too, you also get it a bit wrong.
Yeah, you miss it sometimes.
You miss it sometimes.
You know, there's always a theory around penalty kicks. When it doesn't occur regular, at home, on home ground, and the support come that way, the amount of load you carry sometimes
so
can weigh you off. He moved rightly, but along just to kick the ball, he changed the technique. He was coming with the right technique.
Tough luck for Hohoe United. Game ends goalless. And so they all get a point each, so which means that Heart of Lions have moved, I think, to about the 6th position. And Hohoe United have also jumped to about the 15th position by virtue of today's scoreline. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time today. We've had an interesting game today. Continues on Sunday. There's more action coming up, so please make a date and don't be late. We will be here to walk you through another exciting encounter of the Ghana Premier League. I was joined on the set by Coach Abil and, of course, my colleague NY Nana Yao Tichi Anderson. Until we come your way on Sunday with another interesting game and hopefully to get you a couple more goals in that game. My name is Prince Anan saying thank you very much for joining us and enjoy the rest of our programming here on Max TV. Bye-bye for now.
Fire! Every demon stealing comfort customers out!
Amen.
You need to sow a big seed and all your customers will return. No. Keep your money. You will a blow pack new takeaway packs. Wait a minute. Enkata yi na so blow pack there. 2 year pa. Egane guma enjuntem. Ubetumi microwave. Ubetumi asa room. Asa you studio.
Sir, is that why you left me?
Ani, egane tomphobia upgrade.
Me too. Blow pack in so ball of them. Cindy e wo jasono.
Customers they run before. Then she find the magic pack.
New blow pack takeaway book.